Now, Hull indicated that tensions arose between the two teams after a posting on the Dave Campbell Texas Football Friday app.
Off the field before the game, there was a post made on the Football Friday app. It was a very racist comment that was made on it, and I mean, I'll read it to you if you'd like me to read what it says.
I've read it. It is okay. It's horrific.
Yeah, terrible comment, and it's made by a guy who claims to be Steer grad, now Steer dad, claiming to be from Graham, and saying basically, Hershey, you're not welcome here. Black people basically aren't welcome here.
Both Hershey and Graham were aware of the post. The Graham coaching staff had contacted representatives from Dave Campbell's Texas Football, trying to determine the identity of poster. That investigation continues. So this is an ongoing story, and we just don't have enough time to dive into it totally. It's very sad, very sad.
Addressing hair loss in Texas just got a whole lot easier. You no longer need to travel to the West Coast for advanced hair restoration, simple one-day treatment. Using breakthrough technology, Advanced Hair begins regrowing your own natural hair in a single visit. Celebrate their long-awaited Dallas and Houston grand openings with $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Find out if you qualify with your free consultation, and make sure to ask about their industry-leading guarantee. AdvancedHair.com.
Hi everyone, this is Rodney Anderson. Are you feeling inflation every single day hurting your pocketbook, and you're watching your credit card balances go up? I may have the perfect solution for you with a cash out refinance. If you own a home, have good to excellent credit, and have equity in your home, all it takes is one simple phone call to 1-800-EXPRESS to see if a cash out refinance is the right solution for you.
With approved credit. Terms subject to change without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS ID 2129. Not affiliated with a government entity. MLO. NMLS ID 196730.
Ask any parent. When it comes to protecting your baby, you can never do enough. You wash their hands, bundle them up, and strap them in. And those are the things you can see. Then there are the risks you can't. That's why most parents go with the safe, proven protection of vaccines. Nothing protects babies better from 14 serious childhood diseases, like measles, whooping cough, and meningitis. So keep up with and when it comes to protection against vaccine-preventable diseases, get all the recommended immunizations for your baby by age 2. Immunizations help give you the power to protect your baby. For more reasons to vaccinate, talk to your child's doctor. Go to cdc.gov/vaccines for all the latest information. Or call 800-CDC-INFO. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
We got one little bitty segment left here on the west of Countdown to Kickoff Week 8. Anita St. Christopher, John Hendry, ready to wrap her up for another week.
Absolutely. And before we go to our last story, I want to follow up on the Graham Hershey story that we were talking about a moment ago. In regards to the alleged, or it was sent, but that very offensive message that was sent, one thing that is still under investigation as to where it came from, and there is no indication that it came from a Graham resident, but that is, again, that is something that is still being investigated.
Okay.
About 15 miles west of the geographic center of Texas lies the unincorporated community of Lone. Located in rural McCulloch County, the school boasts 32 students, but it's not won a football game since the 2018 season when they finished 1-9. Last year's team was 0-8, 0-4 in district. The Eagles did not score a point in district play, and they finished the year with 6 players. They did not field a team in 2019 due to only having 21 students in the school. Could they pick up their first win since 2018? Eagles, by the way, they are 5-point favorites as they open District 6 1A 6-man Division II play at the winless Brooksmith Mustangs.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Some love for the 6-man team.
I love 6-man football, and I think fans should, if they ever get a chance to see a game, well worth your time.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's going to do it for Countdown to Kickoff. Enjoy the game. We'll see you next week.
Adios.
name is Dre, and I had a stroke when I was only 16 years old.
It was a normal Saturday. He played 2 games back-to-back. During the games, something was off. He said his arm felt heavy. By 1 a.m., he was in emergency brain surgery because he was having a stroke.
I didn't want to, but I felt like I was just giving up.
That's when I found American Heart Association. They saved me that night. I don't know if Dre would be here today if it wasn't for the work that the American Heart Association has done.
The American Heart Association supports life-saving research that leads to medical breakthroughs. We are fighting to help prevent death from heart disease and stroke, educating people on prevention and early detection,
KRXT
and working
FM
every day to find
Rockdale.
treatments and cures so you and your loved ones can live happier, healthier lives.
It's time to talk
learn more,
Rockdale
go to
Tiger football with head coach and athletic director Jacob Campsie at Rockdale High School. Brought to you today by Rockdale Federal Credit Union. And now, here's Jay Davis.
Welcome to the Coach Jacob Campsie Show on 98.5 KRXT. I'm Jay Davis. We'll be speaking with Rockdale Tiger head coach Jacob Campsie about the Tigers' dramatic win over Troy last week. We'll take our weekly look around the district, and we'll preview this week's game as the Tigers take on defending 3A Division I state champ Lorena. All that and more coming up on the Coach Jacob Campsie Show on 98.5 KRXT. Stay with us.
Now at Rockdale Federal Credit Union in Rockdale and Thorndale, debt consolidation loan.
This is KRXT
$10,000,
98.5
48 months,
Este
as low
es
as 6.99.
KRXT
Home
FM
equity loans as low as
98.5
4.50. Also, check out their audio response. Members can make transfers, loan payments, and check your balance. Download the mobile app, too, at Rockdale Federal Credit Union. Membership owned, membership driven. Make Rockdale Federal Credit Union in Rockdale and Thorndale your financial choice. Rockdale Federal Credit Union, insured by NCUA.
Back on the Coach Jacob Campsie Show on 98.5 KRXT. Jay Davis now joined by Rockdale Tiger head coach Jacob Campsie. Because the Tigers beat Troy last week 34-27 and in dramatic fashion. We'll get more into the reset of the game in just a second, but first, we got to talk about the punt block and touchdown return, the deciding touchdown. Isaiah Sauls broke through and made the block and returned it for the score. Let's just talk about that special teams play and what you saw.
Yeah, it was Coach Montalvo and I talked about calling time out there on third down whenever if we were able to get a stop, and our offense would have about 45 seconds on the clock to get something going, and kind of had something, safe on. But one thing that, again, give Coach Montalvo a lot of credit, and those guys, we don't take plays off on special teams. That's kind of been a mentality shift around here. And so as far as making those the special plays, not just okay, but going and beating teams on special teams. And so Isaiah made a great play, broke through the line, blocked and scooped and scored it. And I was actually down there watching for the return, and so kind of saw it out of the corner of my eye. And after you watch it on film, just a great effort play by the kid, and glad he was able to scoop and score it.
As far as the rest of the game goes, it was a back and forth affair. Troy took an early lead, and then the Tigers come back and they tied up just before half, and then the second half was a seesaw game, back and forth. This is one of those games where you just have to keep battling even if you get down, because you're gonna have a chance probably to turn it around. That's what the Tigers did.
Yeah, and that's exactly what sometimes you play those games. We've been in a couple with Troy over the years where you may not play as well as you can, or it's just one of those. Talking to Coach Miller, actually, compared it to University of Texas plays Alabama to a 2-point game or 1-point game, and then goes to Tech the next week and loses. You can have those things, and so to stay in the game and to battle and to stay in striking distance, then actually make those plays at the end to get it done is a true sign of a team that is willing to stick around and willing to keep battling, willing to fight when things may not be going their way.
Well, defensively, the Tigers got stops at key times, and offensively, the Tigers were able to make plays at key points as well. It was just a matter of just guys stepping up and making those key plays at the key moments.
Yeah, defensively, we got plenty of stops to. If we would have played, I think, up to our potential offensively, that game could have been out of hand early. But every time we get a stop, we go 3 and out, and let them get up by a couple scores. Potentially a couple times, but we were able to keep getting stops when we needed it, and they had some big plays here and there. But defensively really got off the field when we needed to. And I would say offensively, we probably made plays when we absolutely had to. And so, like I said, when you can do that, when you're not playing as well as you're capable of playing, that's a sign of a team that's mentally tough, in my opinion, and that's willing to stick around and hang around and then make the plays when they need to.
And more in a moment, you're listening to the Coach Jacob Campsie Show on 98.5 KRXT. Stay with us.
Now at Rockdale Federal Credit Union in Rockdale and Thorndale, debt consolidation loans up to $10,000 for 48 months as low as 6.99. Home equity loans as low as 4.50. Also, check out their audio response. Members can make transfers, loan payments, and check your balance. Download the mobile app, too, at Rockdale Federal Credit Union. Membership owned, membership driven. Make Rockdale Federal Credit Union, Rockdale and Thorndale, your financial choice. Rockdale Federal Credit Union, insured by NCUA.
Back on the Coach Jacob Campsie Show on 98.5 KRXT. Jay Davis once again joined by Rockdale Tiger head coach Jacob Campsie. Of course, won District 11-3 in Division 1 last week. Lorena beat McGregor 49-21. Cameron beat Academy 48-13. Franklin had the open date. Around District 11-3 in Division 1 this week. Troy is at Franklin. Cameron is at McGregor. And Academy has the open date. Of course, we're in the middle of October, the thick of the district race, and the Tigers are in the middle of the race, and, for the race for the district and for the playoffs and everything. And this is just where you want to be, just in contention.
Yeah, we thought, our kids came away from the Franklin game with the right mindset, knew we played well, knew we gave those guys everything they wanted. And so I think doing that, playing well against good teams, tends to do that, obviously. I think we came out of that game with some confidence, took that to Troy, and I think that's part of what was able to keep us in that game when the chips were down. But, sitting 1-1 after 2 weeks, and it's just a gauntlet of a district, and it's going to be anybody can beat anybody on any given night. And so, obviously, we welcome the defending state champion here, and approach it the same way we do everything. It's about us. It's not about them. I have a ton of respect for them, but really don't care what they've done or what, it's about us 100%, and we'll have an opportunity Friday night to go out and get better and to prove that we belong, and our kids love those opportunities.
And we'll preview this week's game against Lorena in just a moment. You're listening to the Coach Jacob Campsie Show on 98.5 KRXT. Stay with us.
Now at Rockdale Federal Credit Union in Rockdale and Thorndale, debt consolidation loans up to $10,000 for 48 months as low as 6.99. Home equity loans as low as 4.50. Also, check out their audio response. Members can make transfers, loan payments, and check your balance. Download the mobile app, too, at Rockdale Federal Credit Union. Membership owned, membership driven. Make Rockdale Federal Credit Union in Rockdale and Thorndale your financial choice. Rockdale Federal Credit Union, insured by NCUA.
Back on the Coach Jacob Campsie Show on 98.5 KRXT. Jay Davis once again joined by Rockdale Tiger head coach Jacob Campsie. The Coach of the Tigers take on the Lorena Leopards this week. Lorena returns 3 starters on offense and 5 starters on defense from a team that went 14-2 and won the 3A Division I state championship a year ago. Currently, Lorena's 5-2 overall and 2-1 in district. Let's get into this game, Coach. First, let's look at the Lorena offense against the Rockdale defense.
Yeah, offensively, I think what sticks out on film is they're big and strong up front. They utilize a lot of formations, a lot of motions, a lot of sets. They have some tremendous wideouts, and starting with Jaden Porter out there, who's a Baylor commit, and so similar to us offensively, they'll utilize both gap and zone schemes. They run their quarterback a lot like we do, and so it's similar offensively to what we see, which is when you always have that dynamic because we do so much good on good. They see each team probably sees it a lot, and so. They get you in space. They also just get in behind those big guys, and they're capable of mashing people for 3 and 4 yards a pop, and they'll be content with doing that until you stop them. And so got to make sure we hold up in the middle and then get their athletes down in space.
And let's look at the Tiger offense against the Leopard defense.
They run a 4-2-5 in a little more traditional sense. Defensively, they're not going to be so much split field coverage. They utilize what we call trap coverage and cover one coverage. So they're going to always base out of a one high look, which takes away the middle of the field by alignment. So immediately, the biggest thing with our quarterbacks all week is if you follow. So have to do a good job with our eyes to win routes, to get routes open, to work guys open. And then up front, big and strong and physical, always going to keep a six-man box. And so we'll have the opportunity there to get a body on a body with a read guy. And if we can do that, get our backs and our quarterbacks loose, and so the challenge is obviously battling their size and strength up front and in the box. And so, our line has answered the call a number of times this game against those big, a Jim Ned and a Franklin. And so we ran the ball well those games. So they're excited about the opportunity to do that again.
That's Rockdale Tiger head coach Jacob Campsie on the Coach Jacob Campsie Show on 98.5 KRXT. Next week, we'll speak with Coach Campsie about the outcome of this week's game against Lorena, and we'll preview next week's game as the Tigers renew acquaintances with rival Cameron in the Battle of the Bell. For now, for Coach Jacob Campsie, I'm Jay Davis. So long, everybody.
This has been the Jacob Campsie radio program. A talk about Rockdale Tiger football brought to you by Rockdale Federal Credit Union. Coming up next, the Standards Home Health Pregame Show on KRXT FM.
Very pleasant good evening to you from Tiger Field in Rockdale. Time for the Standards Home Health Pregame Show on 98.5 KRXT. Jay Davis and AJ Whiteside with you as Rockdale Tigers host defending 3A Division I state champion Lorena. It's the second time the Tigers have hosted a defending state champion in 3 weeks. After defending 3A D2 state champ Franklin came to Rockdale 2 weeks ago. Tigers are 1-1 in district after last week's win over Troy. We'll tell you all about that and more in just a moment. You're listening to the Standards Home Health Pregame Show on KRXT. More after this.
Here's a word from Tommy Standard, President and Chief Executive Officer of Standards Home Health. Home is a sanctuary. It's the place that you trust and feel comfortable. We understand at Standards, honor and respect that place. Standards is here to show you with their services you can find a friend and caregiver in Standards. Standards Home Health, 254-697-2224.
Back on the Standards Home Health Pregame Show on 98.5 KRXT. Jay Davis and AJ Whiteside with you as the Rockdale Tigers get set to take on the Lorena Leopards. The Tigers, even their district record at 1-1 with a dramatic comeback as they defeated the Troy Trojans on the road last week, 34-27. The Tigers took the opening kickoff but could not do anything with it and had to punt. Two teams were scoreless in the first quarter. Then early in the second quarter, Troy finished a 5-play, 55-yard drive with a 32-yard touchdown pass to Cooper Valley for a 7-0 lead. On the Tigers' next possession, a bad punt gave Troy the ball at the Rockdale 19-yard line. That's up a 4-yard touchdown pass to Valley for a 13-0 lead with 5:05 to go in the first half. Tigers then turned the game around as Tim Grice scored on a 36-yard run. The extra point was no good. Tigers trailed 13-6 with 4:11 to go in the first half. Troy drove the ball downfield, but a 39-yard field goal was no good. Then in the closing moments of the first half, Bladen Barchak threw a 15-yard touchdown pass to Garen Marrero for the touchdown to tie it at 13 at halftime. To start the third quarter, the Tigers forced Troy to go 3-and-out on offense, but the Tigers muffed the punt, and Troy recovered it in Rockdale territory. That led to a 29-yard touchdown pass to Cooper Valley to give the Trojans a 20-13 lead with 9:45 to go in the third quarter. Tigers looked to have a big kickoff return for a touchdown in response, but it was called back by penalty. The Tigers came back to tie the game on the first play of the fourth quarter as Barchak threw an 8-yard touchdown pass to Marrero to tie the game at 20. Later in the quarter, the Tigers were forced to punt from deep in their own end of the field. A bad Troy the ball at midfield. Troy drive from there to a 23-yard field goal for the lead, but the Tigers committed a penalty, and the Trojans elected to go for the first down. They failed on a short run, and the Tigers took over on downs. Later on, Troy took the lead with 3:17 to go in the game as Caden Martinez scored on a 2-yard touchdown run for a 27-20 lead for the Troy Trojans. A penalty afterwards gave the Tigers the ball at the Troy 33-yard line to set up a 7-yard touchdown run by Barchak to tie the game at 27-all with 2 minutes left in the game. The Tiger defense held Troy on their final drive Then as Troy prepared to punt, Isaiah Sauls broke through and blocked it and then recovered and took it in for the touchdown to give the Tigers a 34-27 lead. On Troy's final drive, Kate Pantaleon stepped in front of the pass to intercept Ethan Sorensen's pass to end the game. Barchak went 10 of 19 through the air for 137 yards and 2 touchdowns with an interception. Tim Grice had 13 carries for 67 yards and a touchdown, 5 receptions for 73 yards. Ethan Sorensen was 14 of 20 for 138 yards and 3 touchdowns with 1 interception. Caden Martinez had 11 carries for 52 yards and a touchdown. AJ, the Tigers, really just showed a lot of determination in that win.
And that was a great game, and a Tiger win was very much needed in that ball game. But it just got to carry over. And, of course, I just really thought that was an important game for the Rock to win because you drop that one and then you go down 0-2. That could be very detrimental, but everything is now still wide open, still out in front of you. Tigers have to play well tonight, and that's going to be a monumental task against the Lorena Leopards. And, of course, and they won the 3A D1 division state championship last year and still brought back a lot of the players from that particular team. But still a pretty good football team. They come into this district with 1 loss also. So it's going to be a big game for both teams tonight.
Well, other games around the Central Texas area, around District 11, 3A Division 1 this week. Troy's at Franklin, Cameron's at McGregor, and Academy has the open date. And District 13, 2A Division 1 this week. The Thorndale Bulldogs play host to Holland. Latonia is at Schulenburg. Weimer is at Hearn. Thrall has the open date. In District 13, 2A Division 2 this week, the Milano Eagles put their perfect record on the line as they host Iola. Bartlett hosts Chilton, and Bremont is at Granger. In District 13, 3A Division 2, the Lexington Eagles travel to Elkhart to take on the Elks tonight. Florence is at Rogers. Buffalo is at Clifton. District 13, 4A Division 1, the Tato Ducks are at Lampasas tonight. Davenport is at Canyon Lake. Burnett is at Marble Falls. Well, now to tonight's game against Lorena. The Leopards are defending 3A Division 1 state champs, as said. Coach Jacob Campsie said they're big and strong up front. They use a lot of formations. They'll use motion. They have talent in the receiving corps, including Jaden, who is committed to play college football for Baylor, just a little ways down the road from Lorena. He said the Leopards are similar to Rockdale offensively in the use of gap and zone schemes, and they run the quarterback a lot. He said the Tigers play good on good, meaning first stringers on offense versus first stringers on defense. It's what they do normally as far as practice goes. And so, the Tigers should benefit from that, as there should be a lot of familiar looks. On defense, he said the Leopards run a 4-2-5 in a more traditional sense. He said they'll play a 1 high free safety and will show trap coverage. He said quarterback Bladen Barchek has to move the safety and let the defense follow rise to the target. He said box, it'll be body on a body against their massive defensive front. Mayday, this should prove to be just a great challenge for the Tigers once again.
And that's exactly what I'm looking for. And of course, it will be huge if the Tigers could come out with the victory tonight against the Lorena Leopards, because as I said before, Lorena is still a very good football team, and they're actually highly looked at across the state as having a chance to and go back and do what they did last year also. So this is a big ball game for both teams, and I think it would be just huge if somehow the Rockdale Tigers, which I think they can if they play well, which that's exactly is what has to happen, and somehow come up with the victory tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be key to this is realizing how you take a moment to realize how long ago this is going. Of course, it was against Lorena. The Tigers had the Hail Mary in the bi-district playoff game over in Mary Hardin, Baylor, and Delton. That was the 23rd. And of course, Lorena had beaten the Tigers in the first round of the playoffs the year before in 2012. Quarterback Ethan Brinkley was quarterback on that team, if you recall. And then the Tigers had their run in 2013. It started with the game against Lorena, and they had the Hail Mary. The second time Rockdale's had a Hail Mary, in the span of about a 5-year span, of course, one in 2009 here at the Tiger Stadium. but they had the Hail Mary against Lorena in 2013, and that sparked the run for the Tigers. They went on to the state quarterfinals that year. And so, there's of course, these two teams go back. There's been a history for a long time. I remember when I first started, working with KRXT, Rock Arena, we're in the same district. That was in 2001, 2002 school year. But, the two teams kind of go in and out of the same districts depending on circumstances. But, there's it's not a rivalry, but it's just a lot of history between these two teams. And of course, Lorena came up big against the Tigers last year. And so, Lorena will bring a lot to this matchup.
And, of course, that's exactly what we're looking for. And we're almost at that point where we're going to kick this thing off, the Rockdale Tigers and the Lorena Leopards. And, of course, the Leopards with the one defeat to the Cameron Yeoman. And, of course, Rockdale, they're 1-1 on the season in the district play. And, of course, big district ball game here at Tiger Field.
Let's take a look. In a second, we'll take a look at the lineups. The starters for Lorena on offense. Jackson Generals, the juniors at quarterback. The running back is junior Casey Taylor. Tight end, sophomore Brock Cool. The lineman, Wyatt Jones at center. Jackson, a junior. Jackson Blackwell, sophomore. Tyler Walkendorf, junior at guards. Juniors Kyler Bosley and Carter Norman, the tackles. Camden Brock, one of the receivers. Jadon Porter, the standout. Baylor commit, as he said, as the other wide receiver. Caleb Carrizales is in the slot. For the Tigers defensively, Miles Greer, Landon Pounders, seniors at the tackles. Ends Isaiah Sauls and Ivan Bonner. Sauls a junior, Bonner a senior. Linebackers Ace Taylor, Kate Pantaleon. Corners Tim Grice, sophomore. Senior Tristan Galvan. The safeties, junior Garen Marrero and junior Cruz San Miguel. He kind of goes back and forth between down in the box and in the backfield there. And so for the Tigers had the ball, it'll be senior quarterback Bladen Barchak. Running back we'll see junior Kamar Spencer. We'll also see Tim Grice, the sophomore at running back. Mason Meshwitz, the junior at center. Zakova Anderson, Tyler Stewart, the guards. Lane Rickman, Mason Willard, the tackles. DeAndre Stevens at a wide receiver. Robert Owens, the senior receiver, will be a key for the Tigers. Riley Spears plays the tight end, the H-back type role. Eric Shepard, the sophomore receiver for the Tigers. The defense for Lorena, Jackson Blackwell, sophomore. Carter Norman, junior, the tackles. And senior Joe Gutschall and sophomore Seth Taverner. The linebackers, Lucas Ragsdale and Colton Ferguson, both seniors. The corners, junior Colton Hill and junior Grayson Glazer. The safeties, Grayson Collins and Austin Stevens. And, of course, Braylon Henry. He's that middle guy, kind of goes between the linebacker and the safety. So that's the pregame 98.5 KRXT, the Standards Home Health pregame show on 98.5 KRXT. We'll hear from our sponsor. We'll close it out in just a moment. Stay with us.
Here's a word from Tommy Standard, President and Chief Executive Officer of Standards Home Health. Home is a sanctuary. It's the place that you trust and feel comfortable. We understand at Standards, honor and respect that place. Standards is here to show you, with their services, you can find a friend and caregiver in Standards. Standards Home Health, 254-697-2224.
That's the Standards Home Health pregame show on 98.5 KRXT. Stay with us. The Rockdale Tigers and the Lorena Leopards coming up next on 98.5 KRXT. Kickoff is coming up. Stay with us. The Rockdale Tigers host a defending state champion for the second time in 3 weeks as the Tigers take on defending 3A D1 state champion Lorena tonight. The Tigers are 1-1 in district after they came back dramatically to beat Troy on the road 34-27 last week. The Tigers trailed 13-0 when Tim Grice got them on the board.
Handoff coming up. Big hole outside to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Tim Grice taking it in. Touchdown. The Tigers on the board. A 36-yard touchdown run by Tim Grice.
Then the Tigers found pay dirt again, evening up the game just before the half.
4 wide set, marching back to throw. Sets, looks, throws across the post. The pass is caught. Touchdown. Right down the middle. Pass is complete.
Number 3.
The pass is complete to Gary Marrero for the touchdown, and the Rockdale Tigers are on the board. They're extra point away from a tie.
Coaches always emphasize special teams, and special teams played a big role against Troy. The Tigers had issues in the punting game, struggles with punts, gave Troy the ball in good field position, and early in the third quarter, the Tigers had trouble handling a punt.
Back away now, and now the ball is loose, and the Trojans recover. It was bobbled. Tim Grice had to let it bounce and then try to pick it up. And he got pumped and was knocked out of his hands. The Trojans recover at the 29.
That set up a Troy score, but the Tigers answered early in the fourth quarter to tie the game at 20. With the game tied at 27 in the closing seconds, the Trojans prepared to punt deep in their own territory. Then Isaiah Sauls broke through and made the play of the night.
There's a snap pressure on the punt. The punt is blocked. The Tigers get it, pick it up, scoop, and at the 5, they'll take it in for the touchdown. Wow. The Tigers with a huge play.
Rockdale Tiger head coach Jacob Campsie saw that Sauls made a great individual play.
After you watch on film, just a great effort play by the kid, and glad he was able to scoop and score it.
The Tigers showed their heart by battling through and getting the win against Troy.
To stay in the game and to battle and to stay in striking distance, then actually make those plays at the end to get it done is a true sign of a team that is willing to stick around and willing to keep battling, willing to fight when things may not be going their way.
Now the Tigers take on defending 3A D1 state champ Lorena. Campsie expects to see a lot of familiar looks when Lorena takes the field.
Similar to us offensively, they'll utilize both gap and zone schemes. They run their quarterback a lot like we do.
It's the Rockdale Tigers and the Lorena Leopards, live from Tiger Field in Rockdale. Next.
It's time for Rockdale Tiger football on KRXT. Brought to you tonight by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick, Capilino Dodge Cred, Citizens National Bank, Bosler Energy, Rockdale Welding Supply, Midway Grocery, Perry & Perry Builders, Standards Home Health, Texas Propane, Land Construction, Winnie Hill Nursing Home, Cappy Corner, Julio, Pruitt Insurance, Rockdale Country Ford, Rollo Insurance, CarQuest, Parsley's Food Service, Napa, Gaddy's of Rockdale, Oriental Kitchen, Two Doors Down, Scotch Body Shop, Climate Control, Rockdale Estates, and Rehabilitation, Catherine Rodham, Keller Williams, Rockdale Booster Club, 5-Star Car Wash, Judith Matula, The Ranch, and the Rockdale Fair. And now to the Rockdale Country Ford broadcast booth with Jay Davis and AJ Whiteside with tonight's game.
And a very pleasant good evening to you once again. Jay Davis, AJ Whiteside with you as the Rockdale Tigers get set to take on the Lorena Leopards. We're already set for the national anthem, so let's listen in. And we're about set to go. Jay Davis, Eddie Whiteside with you from the Rockdale Country Club broadcast booth. And AJ, we're at that point. It's time for football.
Exactly, and of course, always looking for this particular moment, almost kickoff time. The Tigers and the Leopards will be meeting at midfield to find out who's going to start this game off on offense and defensive. It's a must for any must win for any particular team, though. But this is one that both of these teams would like to have for sure.
It'll say something certainly about district standings. The Tigers wearing the charcoal gray jerseys tonight. And for the Tigers, Lane Rickman is captain. Kate Pantaleon. And also Robert Owens, of course. The discussion going on. The toss in the air. The Tigers. Lorena wins the toss in the first, so they will kick off. And so we're about ready to go. At the anthem, we've had the coin toss, and now it's time for football. And it's, you know, one thing that stood out to me, a couple of things stood out to me in Coach Campsie's talk. Jadon Porter, the receiver for Lorena, he's going to be one to watch. And they're going to use the quarterback run game, and they use that. They have that safety up high. That'll be something to watch.
And it seemed like this Porter kid has been around a long time, and he's just a junior, and already sought after by major college football teams, as you probably heard and know that he's looking at going wearing the green and gold just down the interstate from Lorena. I mean, in the Baylor Bears, just seemed like he's just that good. Anytime a player is that good and they produce year in and year out, it just seems like they've been around longer than they actually have. And I just could have sworn coming into this football game that the young man was, this was his senior year, but that's not the case. But Tigers going to be able to showcase their offense first. And as I say so many times, Tigers offense, very impressive, I think, but got to stay away from the penalty and play with.
For family dining at its best, it's the Parsley family in Rockdale, Lee's Landing, and Texas Fajita. Lee's Landing has daily specials, and also check out their nighttime specials. Texas Fajita is open Friday and Saturday. Drive-through dining, fast food, all great. All located on Highway 79 here in Rockdale. The Parsley family of restaurants.
Your Napa dealer on West Cameron Avenue in Rockdale specializes in those hard-to-find parts, from old car parts to that bearing for that treadmill. Whatever you need, they can probably find it for you. And don't forget, if you want to dress up your old car or truck, or if you just got a brand-new truck, they've got Nerf bars, bumpers, floor liners, rims, mud tires. And if they don't have what you need in stock, they've got trucks that deliver daily. That's at your Napa dealer on West Cameron Avenue in Rockdale. Call them at 512-446-2505.
All right, glad to be back with you. Got a second down and about 6, trying to smooth out a technical issue or two. Marchek in the gun, 4 wides, 2 to each side from the right hash. Inside handoff, coming right, has some room. Tim Grice on the carry to about the 38-yard line. That'll bring up third down for the Tigers.
And that's the type of yardage that the Tigers need to pick up, bringing up a third down. And, of course, I thought it was going to be a little bit closer, less yardage needs to be picked up, but it's third down and about 3, looks like. Tigers picked up 4 on the initial play, and evidently another 3 on the second play.
So third down and about 3 in the gun, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion is Owens into the backfield. Snap back, inside handoff, coming right, trying to bounce outside. And stacked up is Tim Grice. Maybe picked up a half yard, going to be short of the first down. We'll bring up fourth down, and the Tigers are going to be looking at probably punting it away. They hesitate now that the punt team comes on.
They tried to bounce it outside, though, but that was kind of plugged up from the start, from the get-go, as we would say in the business. Did not look good right after the handoff, but Grice tried to make something out of it, but it just came up just a little short there. And it's a wise decision to punt the ball off still early in the football game, but you would have loved to see the Tigers get something out of that.
Yep, so back for the return for the Leopards, taking it on the bounce at the 35. With the 40, breaks the tackle as Porter, midfield 45, and then hauled down at about the 41-yard line as Jadon Porter, the receiver and do everything man there, and we're going to see a lot of him in every single way, I can imagine.
No doubt about it. And, of course, it's all over the field, and I think he plays some defense also if needed. Just your, as a word in the sense, true superstar at the high school level, Mr. Jaden Porter there.
First and 10 for the Leopards from the 42 in the gun. 3 wides, 2 to the left, inside handoff coming right, bounce to the outside. Has from 35 to the 30, sideline. Breaks a tackle to the 20. Dragging tacklers down to about the 15 and then pushed out of bounds. And we got to put one shoot up until a penalty flag, so we'll check the flag. A reminder, the first quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. Investing in Rockdale and investing in you, providing transportation for the KRXD broadcast crew for all out-of-town Tiger games.
And, of course, a big run wiped out by penalty for the Lorena Leopards. But nevertheless, still way too much yardage to give up on a first down play and picked up over 20 or so. But fortunately, I think holding is going to be the culprit for the Lorena Leopards and it's going to bring it back.
They'll be back at midfield. It'll be first down and about spot foul, so about 18 yards to go, maybe 20. Back to throw. Sets and looks. Goes across the middle, pass complete, 35, brought down about the 31-yard line. Going to be right at the stick and going to be enough for a first down for the Leopards.
And, of course, you give up 10 yards, make it a second down, should say first down and 20. And that's exactly what they picked up on the first down, the newly rehashed first down play there.
Caleb Carazanos made the catch. Lorena hustles to the line in the gun, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. For the Rockdale Country for broadcast booth, Jay Davis said here wide side with you. No score first quarter. Play action fake. Pass out right side complete to the 30, 25, and then drag down about the 24-yard line. Make the catch, Jadon Porter, and several Tigers there to bring him down. Gary Marrero on the stop for the Tigers.
And still picking up too much yardage there. About 7 and 8 yardage netted on the play. And it was just
Leopards wearing white jerseys, white pants, black helmets with red decals on the sides, and numbers look like maybe black with a red outline. 5 yards back. It'll be second down at about 8.
And that is the second penalty for the Leopards, and I'm sure Coach Ray Biles is not happy with that.
8 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score. Second down at about 7. In the gun, snap is back. Inside handoff coming right. Breaks a tackle. 25, 20 down to about the 19-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down for the Leopards. They're in the Ranch red zone.
And, of course, just a little simple handoff. And the ball carrier kind of just skipped the jump, picked his spot, and when he found him a spot, he just kind of turned on the jets and picked up a first down.
So
Lorena's on the move already, and of course this drive started at their own 41-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line in the gun. 2 receivers to the left, wing back to the right. Inside handoff coming right to the 20, spinning to the 15, banging down to about the 10-yard line is Casey Taylor making a play, and he's kind of smaller in stature, kind of in height, and he can kind of hide a little bit and then make that spin move. He's really tough to track down.
Exactly, and of course, that's the way you like it like that. Of course, we have Kamara Spencer. He can fit in that category also. Easy to hide when he has the football, and can do some damage also when they get the ball in their hands.
2nd and 3 for the Leopards at the 12-yard line in the gun. Snap back, play action, fake back to throw. Throws to the post. Incomplete. And I thought there might have been a flag there. Just a lot of contact. Battling for it was Tristan Galvan right there with him. And they were just battled there, battling with Jaden Porter for the ball. And just broke it up. So the 3rd down and 3 now at the 12-yard line of the gun. Slot receiver to the left, just inside the right hash. Leopards look over to the sideline for the call. Play clock at 30. 6:39 to go in the first quarter, no score. Rockdale and Lorena. Davis Eddie Whiteside with you from the Rockdale Country 4 broadcast booth. In the gun, play action fake. And now the keeper, Bob Jackson Generals, the quarterback, has rolled to the 5 to the goal line. He'll take it in for the touchdown, a 12-yard touchdown run, but we've got to put it on a until a penalty flag. It may not stand. It looks like it won't.
And, of course, Jackson kind of just dipped his head, and Tigers had pretty good, I don't want to say coverage. Yeah, I guess you can call it coverage on that. But Generals had taken it in, but looked like it's going to come back.
And so,
once again, that's the, as I said before, that's penalty number 3 on the Leopards that has wiped out a good thing, a positive gain.
Spot foul on a hold, so it'll be 3rd down and 10 now in the gun. They line it up, receiver split to each side, wing back in motion left to right. Snap back to Generals. Jackson Generals rolling out to the right, stops, looks, and throws to the post. The reception is made easily for the touchdown. Tiger defender trying to come across and break it up, but Camden Brock makes the catch for the touchdown.
It will be a Leopard touchdown.
And so, the extra point. Good snap and hold. Pressure on the kick. The kick is on the way and good. Time on the field. 6:26 to go in the first quarter. The Rockdale Tigers trail the Lorena Leopards. The defending state, the 3D1 state champs, 7-0. You listen to Rockdale Tiger football from the Rockdale Country 4 broadcast booth. Stay with us.
The Rockdale Fair and Rodeo is coming to Rockdale at Fair Park October 15th through the 22nd. Rockdale Fair and Rodeo featuring a rodeo livestock show. Also arts and crafts, food vendors, car show, bull riding and barrel racing. Country stars too, McBride in the Ride and Josh Ward. That's October 15th through the 22nd. Oriental Kitchen is open under new ownership. The new owners are dedicated to be your favorite Chinese restaurant. They're committed to serving you the freshest and tastiest Chinese cuisine at reasonable prices for your entire family. Dine in or take out. Open Monday through Friday, 11 till 4 and 5 till 9. Saturday, 4 till 9. Great service, great food, and generous portions at 1514 West Cameron in the Waymar Plaza. And they have those homemade desserts too at Oriental Kitchen in Rockdale.
Back at Tiger Field in Rockdale. Jay Davis, Eddie Whiteside with you from the Rockdale Country Club broadcast booth. Tiger trail 7-0 to the Lorena Leopards with 6:25 to go in the first quarter. Kickoff will be taken by the Tigers, and it's a bobble. Two guys mix up on who's going to take it. Tigers finally grab it at the 10, trying to battle through, but nowhere to go with it. Now it'll be brought down about the 11-yard line. And so, Tigers will start from there. Let's get your touchdown summary with AJ.
Just been seeing too much misconfiguration or mishandling on the special teams there. But that first drive, 41 yards in 8 plays for the Lorena Leopards. And, of course, Lorena overcame adversity on 3 or 4 different times on that particular drive. Once again, 8 plays, 41 yards, 22-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback generals to Camden Brock. And the kick was good. Tigers trail 7-0. It's Lorena 7 and Rockdale Tigers is yet to score.
Tigers made the game-winning play last week on a punt block, but remember they had some special teams issues last week as well. 1st and 10 from their own 11, back to throw. Barchak throws deep ball left side. Pass complete. Has rolled to the 30. Sideline to the 40. Midfield to the 40, to the 30. Marrero taking it to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Streaking all the way. Touchdown for Garrett Marrero down the left sideline. That's going to be an 89-yard touchdown pass. Wow.
And talking about answering the call, that's what the Rockdale Tigers needed. And at that particular point, Jay, I was just hoping that they could muster up a first down or two and just get the ball from within that proverbial shadow of their goalpost, but end up being a big play, and the Tigers needed that and looking to tie this thing up.
Just went streaking down the left side, and there was got past the corner, got past the safeties, and a problem on the snap, and handling it, just tossing it into the end zone to try to come up with a prayer for 2 points, but it falls incomplete, so the extra point fails. 6:10 to go in the first quarter. You have to feel I'm going to be in for a wild ride tonight. Tigers trail 7-6 to the Lorena Leopards. From the Rockdale Country Club broadcast booth, you're listening to Rockdale Tiger football on KRXT. Stay with us.
Are you considering selling your home, land, or business? If so, Catherine Rodham with Keller Williams Realty is ready to serve you. Catherine Rodham uses her multifaceted marketing plan to ensure your property is getting the highest and best level of exposure. Catherine Rodham has been recognized as being in the top 5% of over 1 million real estate agents. Please call Catherine Rodham at 979-324-6891 today and get the representation that you deserve when it comes to selling or buying real estate.
Oh no, the sewer's backed up. It's going to take days to get a plumber out here. Well, not so if you call the highly rated Bradley Plumbing. They offer same-day sewer cleaning and small repairs. They're local and family-owned, been serving Milam County for over 30 years. They can do everything from fixing a dripping faucet to plumbing a new home. They're also licensed to work on propane gas systems. And tell them that you heard about it on KRXT. You'll receive $20 off your next service. Call Bradley Plumbing in Cameron at 254-697-3354. That's 697-3354 for Bradley Plumbing.
Back at Tiger Field in Rockdale. Sorry about that. Jay Davis with you. AJ Whiteside with you. The Rockdale Tigers trail at 7-6 with 6:04 to go in the first quarter. The turn ball out to the 22. Let's get the touchdown summary with AJ.
Okay, quick strike for the Rockdale Tigers. 89-yard touchdown pass from Barchak. Back at the Rockdale Tigers to Garen Marrero. And, of course, the kick was fumbled around, no good. Rockdale trails 7-6.
All right, so Lorena starts 1st and 10. A keeper around the right end, looking for row 25. Breaks the tackle, 30, 35, 40. Down the sideline, midfield to the 40. Chase 35 and hauled down out of bounds. And that'll be a first down for Lorena. Big play down to the 30-yard line.
Wow.
Just a breakaway down that sideline.
course, Tigers got to put the linebackers out to the sideline just a little quicker because nothing is going to stop the Lorena Leopards if they think and see that that's going to be open most of the night. Another big play, and of course, that was huge yardage that time.
1st and 10 for the Leopards. Pass out in the left flat complete. Scrimmaging for the 30, makes his way across the 25 to the 20. Banging down to about the 16-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down for the Leopards under the Ranch red zone. And just back and forth we go.
Back and forth. And, of course, once again, Lorena picking up yardage in big chunks and had some setbacks. Tigers kind of let them off the deck, as I think on that particular first drive. Some penalties set the Leopards back, but they overcame them, and scored a touchdown. And they're knocking at the door trying to put up another one on the board.
Leopards 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Snap is back. Quick pass out the right flat is complete. Has room to the 10, down to about the 9-yard line. Casey Taylor making the catch. Going to be just short of a first down. Bring up second down on about a yard. 4:52 to go in the first quarter. 7-6, Rockdale trailing the Leopards after a missed extra point. In the shotgun. It's a 3-wide set, 2 to the left. Snap back. Handoff coming right. Cuts it back to the 5 to the goal line. Taking it in. That's a touchdown. That is Braylon Henry taking it in for the touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Leopards get on the board once again. Lorena has the fight song of Texas Fight, of course, the Texas Longhorns. The extra point, good snap and hold. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Time on the field. 4:37 to go in the first quarter. Rockdale Tigers trail Lorena 14-6. You're listening to Rockdale Tiger football from the Rockdale Country 4 broadcast booth on KRXT. Stay with us.
Make your tracks this season and get behind the wheel of a 2022 Ford Bronco SUV from Rockdale Country Ford in Rockdale. From bumper to bumper, each of its components were selected to provide an unforgettable driving experience, like standard off-road capabilities. It's easy to see why the 2022 Bronco was awarded North American Utility Vehicle of the Year. Speak with a member of Rockdale Country Ford's team to reserve yours today. If you're looking to build a new home, remodel your existing home, or just give your home or business a fresh coat of paint, Bland Construction would love to give you a quote. For over 41 years, Bland Construction has proudly served the Rockdale and surrounding areas and proudly supports the students, student athletes, and school staff of all surrounding districts. Give them a call at 512-446-2693 or visit their website, www.blandcc.com. Good luck, Tigers and Lady Tigers.
On the Rockdale Country 4 broadcast booth, Jay Davis, City Whiteside with you. Here's the kick taken by the Tigers. A little bobble now on the return. Marrero at the 25, bouncing it out to about the 30 and brought down right at the 30-yard line. And let's get the touchdown somewhere there, Jay.
Okay, 4 plays, 76 yards for the Lorena Leopards. Ended up in a 9-yard touchdown run by Braylon Henry. And, of course, the kick was good. And the Leopards increased their lead to 14-6. This Lorena 14 and Rockdale Tigers 6. Tigers has a better field position, starting position on this particular drive than they had on the last one when they took it 89 yards. But
they'll start 1st and 10 from here from the 30-yard line in the gun. 3 receivers tight to the left, 1 to the right on the right hash. Now man in motion, empty backfield, back to throw. Barczyk under pressure, ducks under it. Now throws it over the middle, incomplete. A lot of pressure all around him right there. He just looked like he saw a flash of gray and tried to throw it there quickly. It falls incomplete.
Tried to get it there, and, of course, just glad he had gotten the ball away in good fashion there.
A lot of pressure coming from Lorena there. And they are big up front.
And I'm pretty sure that they watched the film and know about the Tiger offense, how they could move the ball. And, of course, at that time, as you were saying, they brought a little pressure, and they made the young man get rid of the football.
Second down and 10 from the 30-yard line, and the gun. Snap is back. Play action fake. Quick pass out in the left flat. Complete to Owens. Has room. 35 to the 40. 43, 42-yard line and out of bounds. That'll be enough for a 5-star Commonwealth first down for the Rockdale Tigers.
And, of course, Tigers not going to have any problem if they could get the ball into the hands of their playmakers. And you got Owens, you got Grice. And, of course, we saw Gary Marrero. He has some speed also. Just got to stay away from the penalties. And I keep harping on make some yardage on first down. That'll make it a little bit easier on what you're trying to do.
Stay ahead of the chains. First and 10 for the Tigers from their own 42-yard line. Snap is back. Barczyk with a handoff up the middle. Across the 42, about the 43, and then stacked up and brought down. Very little gain there. It'll bring up second down.
And that hole closed down in a major hurry that time.
I think Owens got the call. No, it was, excuse me. It was, in fact, Tim Grice. Thought for a second, it was a 5 instead of a 4 there. They will move guys around a bit. Owens has spotted up in the backfield a couple of times. 3:22 to go in the first quarter. 14-6. Lorena with the lead in the gun on second down at about 8. Snap back. Barczyk back to throw. Quick pass left side. Complete to Marrero. Midfield to about the 48. Pushed out of bounds. Very close to a first down. I think going to mark him at about the 49. Just about a yard short to bring up third down at about a yard.
And, of course, this is the situation that you want to leave yourself in to pick up a first down. Tigers could do that offensively all night long. Make sure they complete the low-risk passes, I guess you would say in that particular case. High risk, depending on how you're looking at it.
Second and 1 in the gun. Third down and 1, I should say. I'm sorry, in the gun. Slot receiver to the left. Snap back. Barczyk will keep over the left side. Has a first down across midfield to about the 47. Brought down. That'll be enough for a 5-star Commonwealth first down for the Rockdale Tigers.
And, of course, that play was designed, trying to say two words at the same time, to just pick up the first down. But if more came out of it, so be it. But after Barczyk had picked up the first down, he kind of just lowered his shoulders and kind of went down to the ground. And, of course, if the hole had opened up more, of course, he'd have taken more. But that was basically just drawn up just to pick up the first down.
First and 10 from the 47-yard line, rather, in the gun with the Owens in motion. Play fake, and Barczyk on the keeper coming right. Spins to the 40 and brought down about the 39-yard line. That'll pick up about 9 yards, bring up second and 1.
And it was a nicely play fake because I thought he had handed the ball off to, I believe it was Owens. May have been Grice, but
I think it was Owens, yeah.
Very well executed there.
Trying to give him a little sleight of hand with the lateral movement there. Bring up second down and about 2 right at the 39-yard line. 1:55 to go in the first quarter. And in motion is DeAndre Stevens out wide. Inside handoff coming right. Has room 35 right down about the 33. Tim Grice with a 5-star Commonwealth first down for the Tigers.
And, of course, good running by Grice. And what you like to see when he gets the ball in his hand, he was going to take it around to the outside, which he did. But he doesn't necessarily have to keep it outside. He kind of broke that one back to the inside and picked up an additional 5 or 6 yards. That's the good thing about having a speed person on the outside. You don't know exactly what they're going or what they want to do. That was a great run by Grice.
It'll be first and 10 for the Tigers at the 33-yard line. 1:10 to go in the first quarter. 14-6, Lorena with the lead. Barczyk lining it up in the gun. Wing back to the right. Slot receiver to the right. Wide out split to each side. Tigers look over to the sideline for the call. And we've got a timeout called. Just a mix-up as far as play calls and strategy or something. Timeout is brought to you by the Rockdale Tiger Booster Club. And as they discuss extras there, let's take a look at some scores.
We have some scores in, and, of course, I always like to hit on the scores involving district foes. The Yeoman lead McGregor 14-7. It was 14-0 just a moment ago. Other action, we have Troy trailing Franklin 6-0. That game is still in the first quarter, about 9 minutes left. Gatesville 14, Salado 14, Belton over Pflugerville Conley 14-7, make it 17-14. And of course, have some Waco area scores here. A big game, China Spring and La Vega knotted up at 0. Of course, going to try to look at some of the Marlin County scores. They're not on this particular deal here, but we'll get to some of those also.
So Tigers 1st and 10 at the 33 of the Leopards in the gun. Just inside the right hand, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Owens comes in motion. Now back over to the left. Snap is back. Barczyk back to throw. Deep ball left side. Pass jumping for making the catch complete to the 20. Marrero brought down about the 19-yard line. That'll be enough for Five-Star Commerce first down. The Tigers are in the Ranch red zone.
And, of course, that ended up nicely with the ball being thrown high as it came out of Barczyk's hands. You didn't initially know because actually coverage was there, but good play by Marrero. And, of course, he's already stamped his athletic ability on this game already with the 89-yard touchdown catch. And, of course, another good catch there by Guerin.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 20. There's a handoff up the middle, banging inside. Tim Grice crosses 20 down to about the 16-yard line with 11 seconds. That should be the last play of the first quarter. The Rockdale Tigers had a decent showing to start here in this first quarter. 14-6, the Tigers trail it. I'll remind you, the first quarter brought to you by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. Check them out. They'll be open at 9 o'clock tomorrow to we'll offer you all the latest in models and deals, everything they have available there at Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. They'll provide transportation for KRXT broadcast crew. That's the end of the first quarter. Tigers trail 14-6. You're listening to Rockdale Tiger football. Tigers and Lorena at Tiger Field on KRXT. Stay with us.
Looking for personalized gifts for all special occasions, embroidery, custom vinyl, and custom print items? You'll find it at Two Doors Down Embroidery, 229 North Main in Rockdale. Stop in today and shop Two Doors Down. Open Monday through Friday, 10 until 5. Owner Kathy Perry invites you to come in. Call 512-543-5090 or email twodoorsdownembroidery@gmail.com.
When you have an accident, take your vehicle to the place more and more Central Texans trust. Scott's Body Shop. They'll repair and replace what is needed and paint with the greatest of expertise. You won't even know the accident happened by looking at your truck or car. And Scott's Body Shop will work with your insurance company. Can't afford to be without a vehicle? Reserve Scott's loaner car. That's Scott's Body Shop on Highway 77 just north of 79 in Rockdale. Phone 446-7391.
Tigers have the ball to start the second quarter. 2nd and 6 at about the 16-yard line. 14-6, Tigers trail to Lorena. In the shotgun, slide receiver to the left, wing back to the right. From the left hash, snap is back. Barczyk back to throw. Pressured, hit as he throws. Deep ball right side for the end zone as overthrown incomplete. We'll remind you the second quarter of tonight's game. Brought to you by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. Investing in Rockdale, investing in you, providing transportation for the KRXT broadcast crew for all out-of-town games.
Of course, I like the shot that the Tigers took there, just overthrown. Good coverage by Lorena, which actually had caused that ball to be overthrown. Barczyk actually being safe with it. Big play here coming up on the 3rd down. Tigers still in good situation inside the red zone.
3rd and 6 inside the Ranch red zone. 3rd and 6 at the 16-yard line in the gun. Wing back to the left. Snap back. Barczyk will keep. Coming right. Bangs his way down across the 15 to about the 12-yard line. Going to be shy of a first down. Will bring a 4th down for the Tigers.
And, of course, so far the Tigers working on an 11-play drive. This drive started way back at their own 29-yard line. And see what the Tigers are going to do.
They're going to go for it here. Now I'm going to take a look at the field goal here. Trail 14-6, 11:25 to go in the first half.
And I'm going to go on record as saying that I like this particular call. I mean, I don't know what the actual play call is going to be, though. But what you're thinking, it's going to be more points scored than the 3 needed here in this ball game.
4th and 3. Owens in motion at the 12. Snap back. Barczyk rolling out. Pass out right, flat complete to Owens. Trying to get past a defender at the 15, and he's going, no, we're going to be well short. In fact, they're going to lose yardage. And that'll be a turnover on downs, and Lorena will take over throwing 15.
And, of course, just did not work out there. And, of course, you knew when they kind of flipped it out to Owens, good coverage by the Lorena Leopards. It was at least 3 defenders in the area. They weren't immediately at the spot, weren't Johnny on the spot, though, but they were in that position to close down what the Tigers were trying to do. So nice drive. I'd say that was a 12th play, and of course they were working on about maybe 60 yards that they had picked up, but just could not pick up the first down. 3 yards needed for the first down.
1st and 10 for Lorena from their own 15 in the gun. 3 receivers to the right. Inside handoff up the middle, has a hole. The 20 out to about the 23-yard line, and brought down. Cason Taylor on the carry. Just found an awful gash up there front.
And, of course, he's just taking his time and picking where he wants to go, Mr. Taylor is, on that play. And he's done that on several other plays also.
2nd and 2. Here's a quick pass out the right flat, complete. A scrimmage from the 23-yard line out across 25 to the 26. That'll be enough for a first down for the Leopards.
And, of course, Taylor, I'm thinking of Cason Taylor, the running back there for Lorena. But the Lorena Leopards, that is, slow it down, as they're picking up good yardage on first down, enabling them to do some things on second down, keep picking up the first down.
And they're going on tempo here, 1st and 10 from the, here's a handoff up the middle, and across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. The quarterback keeper, excuse me. We bring up 2nd down.
And even when they have a play that looked like it's going to be snuffed at the line of scrimmage, they somehow, good football teams, they somehow tend to find ways to make it out of a 3.5, 4-yard game. That's what's happening so far.
2nd and 5 from the 31. Back to throw under pressure, rolling out to his right, pass complete. No, it bobbled and bobbled and dribbled and bobbled and finally caught up and caught across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Jackson General's the quarterback, rolling to his left and rolling to his right. They had pressure coming, but he got the ball away.
Exactly. And, of course, they had him in the backfield, but he turned and reversed his field back towards his sideline and found the receiver just beyond the necessary yardage needed. And, of course, he dropped the pass. It was completed at the first, but still picking up a first down.
First and 10 from the 30 in the gun. Generals will hand it off coming wide left. Has run to the 40, 45, breaks the tackle, still going midfield. 45 to the 40, down the sideline to the 30, to the 20, 15 to the 10, and a shoestring tackle will bring him down about the 1-yard line. Jacob Taylor on the carry, and just a shoestring, literally a shoestring tackle saves the touchdown.
And, of course, once again, that necessarily did not have to and should not have been a big gainer. He was hit in the backfield, and as you described, breaks a tackle, and that's what happened. That's what we've been seeing a little bit too much of this football season, but not taking anything away from the good run by Mr. Taylor there.
And they are aided, though, when the Tigers can't make solid tackles. 1st and goal at the 1 play action, and a pass out right side complete for the touchdown to Jadon Porter. A 1-yard touchdown pass, and Lorena's on the board once again. And so Lorena looking to make some distance between themselves and the Tigers with 8:37 to go in the second quarter. And snap and hold on the extra point. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Time on the field. 8:37 to go in the first half of play. The Rockdale Tigers trail the Lorena Leopards 21-6. From the Rockdale Country Football Broadcast booth, you listen to Rockdale Tiger Football on KRXT. Stay with us.
If you ever gave your wife an impact wrench for her birthday, then CarQuest Auto Parts is for you. If you taught your kids how to change engine oil before you taught them how to ride a bike, then CarQuest is for you. CarQuest is for those who really know and care about their car. CarQuest is serious auto parts.
For all of your auto parts, repairs, and more, come to your friendly CarQuest dealer on West Cameron Avenue in Rockdale today. And your CarQuest in Rockdale is celebrating 40 years in business.
Says, come see us and find the right coverage at the right price. They're an independent agency with dozens of carriers. Familiar names you know like Germania, Holheim Prairie, Nationwide, Allstate, and Progressive. Not only home and auto, but commercial, farm, and ranch. Nathan Bland will work with you at Rollo Insurance at 113 North Main in downtown Rockdale. Call 512-446-0001.
From the Rockdale Country Football Broadcast booth, Jay Davis, J.J. Whiteside with you. The Rockdale Tigers trail 21-6 to the Lorena Leopards. The kickoff is coming. And we'll get to touchdown summary in just a moment. Tigers on a return at the 25, dancing out to about the 28-yard line. Marrero on the return. Late Futuans Judo Patula penalty flag flies. We'll take the flag. Let's get the touchdown summary.
Okay, another semi-quick drive by the Lorena Leopards. 90 yards, 6 plays. Ended up in a 1-yard touchdown run to Jaden Porter. The kick was good. Lorena increases their lead to 21-6. Lorena leads the Tigers 21-6. And, of course, that's after the Tigers had mounted a great drive just to turn the ball over on downs at about the 9-yard line. But I still like the fact that they decided to try to pick up the first down and wanted to score a touchdown rather than settling for the 3 points.
Yeah, it's unnecessary roughness against Lorena, and so it's a 15-yard penalty. So the Tigers have good starting field position. Started their own 42-yard line with 8:31 to go in the first half. I want to remind you tonight's second quarter brought to you by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. Investing in Rockdale, investing in you, providing transportation for the KRXT broadcast crew. First down, here's a handoff on the jet sweep coming wide right. Robert Owens in all kinds of trouble, and he's pushed backward, and he's dropped. This will be a big loss for the Tigers back to about the 34-yard line. They'll lose about 9 on the play, or about 8.
Of course, that's exactly what you do not want to do. That had great promise when it initially had started, but conversion well was the safety and the cornerback for the Lorena Leopards. Tigers going to have to dig themselves out from a hold here. And, of course, this is something that they just cannot practice.
So it's second down, about 18 in the gun. Two receivers slot left play action. Vake Barczyk back to throw. Throw the pass left side, intercepted. On a return, 35 to the 30, 25 to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. That'll be a touchdown. What about a 35-yard interception return?
And that's what we can call it there, trying to get the young man's number. It looks like number 2, I believe. And he's the one getting all of the congratulations there.
For the Leopards, Raylon Henry, linebacker. Yeah, linebacker making the interception. Interception and touchdown return with 7:34 to go. This is what a good Lorena team does. Extra point on the way and good. Time on the field. 7:34 to go in the first half. The Rockdale Tigers trail the Lorena Leopards 28-6. Rockdale Tiger football from the Rockdale Country Football broadcast booth on KRXT. Stay with us.
Hey everybody, Gaddy's Pizza in Rockdale has their buffet open 11 till 2 and 5 till 8 every day. In addition, they have a bigger salad bar, pasta bar, and different pizzas. And the dining room is open. The drive-thru is always open. You can call in your order and it'll be ready when you get there. Call 512-446-2222 or order online at their website, MrGaddysRockdale.com. They're open 7 days a week. Climate Control reminds you they can come out and give your heating and air conditioning system a fall checkup and cleanup. They also offer duct cleaning and discounts for seniors, emergency services personnel, and the military. Climate Control is your authorized dealer for Trane, Lennox, Carrier, and Jim Air. Climate Control. Call them soon at 512-446-4020.
From the Rockdale Country Club podcast booth. Sorry about that. Jay Davis, AJ Whiteside with you. Rockdale Tigers trailing. Sorry about that. Trailing 28-6 with 7:26 to go in the first half. And let's get the Tigers on the return to about the 29. Sorry, I was trying to smooth out a little technical issue there. Let's get to touchdown summary with AJ.
Okay, that was a pick six interception return for the Lorena Leopards by Braylon Henry. 35-yard interception return for a touchdown, increasing the lead to 28-6 after the kick was good. Tigers need to stop the bleeding and move the football. And we've seen that they can move the football, though, but it's just could not get it into the end zone except for one time so far.
1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 29. His handoff up the middle. Bang inside, brought down across 30 to about 31. A gain of a couple to bring up second down. Tigers need to get on the board here before the end of the half and just close the gap a little bit, bring it back to a 2-score deficit here.
And, of course, the Leopards, they're huge across the front on both sides of the football. That time, this pretty much just plugged up what the Tigers wanted to do. I am surprised that they spotted the ball where the Tigers picked up 2 yards there. Just nowhere to go that time for Grice.
Second and about 8 at the 31 in the gun. 4 wide. Snap is back. Barczyk rolling out to his right. Stops, stands, and looks. Pressure coming. Throws the ball right. Overthrown incomplete. Looked like he was coming. Was intended for Robert Owens instead of Morero. You know, normally the idea is when, you know, if you're facing a team that's bigger and taller, you'll try to use your speed against them. And if they're speedy, you'll try to use power against them. But you know, the Lorena's kind of got an advantage really in both areas.
Exactly. And, of course, a good-looking ball club. And, of course, they kind of just taking away some of the things that the Tigers want to try to do offensively. And that's why it's just so detrimental that so important that the Tigers do something with the football on first down and try to stay out of this situation of a 3rd down and long. But that time, nowhere to go for Barczyk.
3rd and 9 from the 31. In the gun, 4 wides, just inside the right hash. Snap back to Barczyk, back to throw. Pressure coming. Rolling to his left, flags fly. He scrambles up the middle across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Put on shoot up until the penalty flags are down. And we'll check the flag.
And, of course, Tigers has not had many penalties. Although the Leopards lead this ball game 28-6, they've had the most penalties.
And so,
Tigers not many penalties, but trail in the scoreboard there.
I don't want to shoot up until the penalty moves the ball back to about the 21-yard line.
Just as I said that, penalty jumped up and got the Tigers that time.
Bring up 3rd down and 18 now in the gun. Empty backfield. 4 wides, a tight end to the right. Barczyk looking things over. Takes a snap back to throw. That's now sidesteps the defender. Now scrambles up the middle. Has room 35 and hauled down across the 35 short of a first down. We got a put on shoot up until the penalty flag as Barczyk's helmet came off. They're going to call a face mask, it looks like, against Jaden Porter. That's what the Tigers saw. That's Barczyk came up pointing first down.
I mean, I laugh because I love working with the young men and kids. Now Porter, I think he was the one that ripped. I mean, it was just a football play, and then in the heat of the moment, and he looked around like, "Who, me?" Yeah. and he was kind of like, "I know I did this, but I have to look like I don't know what's going on." And Barczyk at the same time, he's pointing first down. I mean, there was no animosity there between either of the players. It was kind of a cool thing to see there.
Kind of a comedy of the moment.
Yeah, who, me? What?
First and 10 for the Tigers. Five-star Colorado first down at the 48-yard line in the gun. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. From the right hash, snap is back. Inside handoff up the middle. Not much room there. And Tim Grice battles forward to about the 47-yard line. Gain about a yard, bring up second now. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Tigers trail 28-6 to the Lorena Leopards. This day and age, the kind of offenses that are operated now, that's not a big deficit, but
no,
you need things to turn around.
Exactly, and of course, you need to make some stops on your part also.
So it's second down at about 9 in the gun. One back in the backfield, two receivers to the left. Two backs in the backfield, in fact. Now a man goes in motion. Snap back, looking for that man. Now Barczyk rolling out. Steps up midfield, 45 to the 40. Has some room. Chase and bang down across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. That'll be enough for five-star Columbus first down with the Tigers.
And, of course, I like what the Rockdale Tigers are doing, just being patient. And as you had stated, in this day and age, 21 to 6, 28 to 6 is not a whole lot to overcome, but you have to make some stops along the way somehow. And I made the comment, we were riding in from one game, all of the points that's being scored, the high scoring football games across the state in high school football, not just state, just nationwide, really, because it's because of what offenses, what schemes these teams are using now.
They're wide open, and they use tempo and all those kind of things. It used to be just philosophies have changed, sir. Now, I'll elaborate in a second. First and 10 from the 37, back to throw. Now Barczyk rolling out to his right under pressure. He'll throw the ball right and incomplete. Might have had a man there. And, it used to be, a time was that, teams would line up in the I formation with a wishbone or the veer and would try to run clock and try to consume clock, and that the time of possession would be a weapon. Now it's almost an enemy that, they want to get the ball down the field quickly and go tempo and all that and try to wear down the defense that way.
Like I said, it's across the board. And I'm not knocking what the young men, what the kids are doing nowadays, though, but the high scoring is really it's not that big of a deal to me. And as we look at the scoreboards and listen to the scoreboards, 56 to 37, 67 to 56, 49 to 13, all of them over near 50 because of what they do on offense now.
Second and 10 from the 44. Snap back. Barczyk will keep up the middle, cross the 35 to about the 33-yard line, and brought down. Middle of the defense, bringing him down there. I think Lucas Ragsdale got in on the stop.
And, of course, looked like there was going to be a bigger gainer. And Ragsdale plugged the hole up nicely that time for the Lorena Leopards. And, of course, Coach Bowles' team is just showing us why they won a state championship last year. And, of course, what a great guy. I love meeting and talking to him because I've been following him, Coach Bowles, so long. He's always worked well with what he had, and finally it pays off. And it's just a down-to-earth person.
Third down at about 6 from the 32 in the gun. Three receivers to the left, one to the right, between the hash marks. Barczyk takes a snap back to throw. Sets, throws a quick right side incomplete. Looked like DeAndre Stevens was in between two moves and kind of stopped and tried to catch the ball. Falls incomplete, fourth down. For the Tigers, they're, what's really the most effective weapon they've had has been Barczyk running the ball, whether it's been on zone read type of plays or just scrambling.
Exactly, and of course he's just that type of player. He's going to pick up some yardage for you, and of course I'm pretty sure the Leopards and opponents, they know that. They watch film and hear about this young man also. Let's see what he's going to do, and of course don't forget They got Owens back tonight.
4th and 6, and Tigers want to call a timeout. They're going to set up to go for it on 4th down at the 33-yard line. But a Farmers Insurance time. Excuse me, I'm going back at time machine. Last year, it's a Rockdale Tiger Booster Club timeout. And we can take a look at.
Okay, I'm just going to say, and of course, Owens, he was draped wide to the left on that play. And of course, the Tigers called a timeout. Lorena timeout? Was it a Tigers?
I think it was Tigers called.
Okay, Tigers called a timeout. Some scores of interest. Cameron Yo 22-7 over the McGregor Bulldogs. Franklin Lions 12-0 over the Troy Trojans. Troy playing the Lions quite tough there. Of course, we saw those Trojans last week. Get some updates here. Of course, didn't change anything. Our score here, 28-6. Lorena leads. Teague trails Maher 6-0. And, of course, let me check on Milano. I have to go to something else, check that out, though. But it looked like the Milano Eagles 19-0 over the Iola Bulldogs. And, of course, Giddings trail the Smithfield Tigers 7-0.
Milano was leading there?
Yes, indeed.
So 4th down and 6 for the Tigers from the 33 in the gun. 3 receivers to the right this time, 1 to the left. Between the hash marks, Barczyk takes a snap back to throw, sets, throws a fade left side. The pass across the 20 is complete down to about the 16-yard line, making the catch. Tim Grice, that'll be enough for a 5-star call on first down. The Tigers are in the Ranch red zone.
And if you are watching this game on the from the YouTube video perspective, that was a beautifully executed ball. That ball was thrown even before Grice had made his break, and that's the only way that ball had to have been completed, because by Grice not looking for it, the defender, he doesn't know that it's coming. That was well executed. That was a beautiful football play.
That's something that Aikman and Irvin were known for.
Exactly.
Irvin would turn around, the ball's there.
It was there. That's what that was.
First and goal. First inside the red zone, I should say. 1st and 10 at the 17. A handoff over the right side, and it's stacked up and brought down. Grice on the carry, picked up about a yard, bring up second down. Grice getting up a little bit gimpy. That'll bring up second down at about 9. And 2.5 minutes to go in the first half.
And, of course, Grice was covered on that reception also, and he just dropped it in between the two defenders. And that's because of the ball in the air before his own receiver turned around.
And that's something Coach Campsie talked about, was not giving the defensive backs a chance to track the quarterback's eyes, track where the ball was. Second down at about 9 at the 16 in the gun. 4 wides, 2 to each side. Snap is back. Barczyk back to throw. Sets, throws a pass right side on an outright incomplete. Looking for Owens over the right side. Incomplete. They'll bring up 3rd down.
And, of course, you don't want this particular drive to stall on you either, because they were working on a drive that started at about the 34-yard line. And, of course, moving the ball down the field. Tigers move the football like they have been moving the football throughout this season. Their corporate problem has been on the defensive side of things. But as far as moving the football, they've been there with most of the teams in the district.
Most of the time, they've had trouble in this game.
In this area, yeah, exactly.
They've been trying to attack the perimeter because of Lorena's size, really. 3rd down and about 8. Back to throw. Barczyk throws deep ball left side corner route in the end zone, and the pass is intercepted. The pass thrown into the end zone is intercepted. I think, well, once again, guess who it is? Jaden Porter making the interception, and the Tigers see another promising drive go by the wayside.
And that time, give Porter some credit, because he was aware of what probably was happening. He was aware of the fact that let me turn around because the ball may be in the air, and that's exactly what happened. That ball was kind of released a little early also, but this young man has been playing that position long enough to know he turned, and he just tracked the ball, found the football. And unfortunately for the Tigers, they did not pick up a score like we wanted, though, but that was a pretty decent play by Mr. Porter there.
On the touchbacks, Lorena has his 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's a handoff up the middle with a big hole. Breaking away, and there's a speed to the 40 midfield. Breaking away to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Breaking away, Casey Taylor, 80 yards for the touchdown. Wow.
Wow is exactly right. And, of course, that one won't be easy to won't be hard, rather, to
summarize. Sure.
I can just write that one down right now.
Yeah.
Number 32, Connor.
For the Rockdale Country for broadcast booth, Jay Davis said here, Whiteside with you. The Rockdale Tigers trailing 34-6 for the extra point to come. That's, basically, as you look at it, about a 14-point swing there. The extra point is on the way. And good. Timeout on the field. 1:41 to go. In the first half, the Rockdale Tigers trail the Lorena Leopards 35-6. You're listening to Rockdale Tiger football from the Rockdale Country for broadcast booth on KRXT. Stay with us.
Bossler Energy is a proud supporter of the Rockdale Tigers. The Bossler family has always been a part of Rockdale Tiger history. Their 3 children participated in Tiger and Lady Tiger sports, and Miller and Kathy are longtime supporters. Bossler Energy delivers the best solution for their customers' needs in the oil and gas industry. Just like the Rockdale Tigers, Bossler Energy is committed to high performance standards and family.
People you know, community people you know, community people.
Our online services are very convenient. If you have an internet connection, you can do a lot of your banking from the comfort of your own home. That's community banking in the 21st century. Citizens National Bank, member FDIC. Community people you know.
Community people you know.
Yeah, number 32, Connor Pitts.
A reminder, the second quarter brought to you by F1 Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. They'll be open tomorrow at 9 a.m. Check them out. The sales offices will be open, and the show floor, they'll show you all the selection they have and what they can do for you. They're Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. 1:41 to go in the first half. Rockdale trails 35-6. Here's the kickoff into the pop-up kick. Taken by the Tigers at 25 on the return to the 30. Spun around, brought down about the 31-yard line. Let's get a touchdown summary with AJ.
Okay, after the promising drive for the Tigers failed and went over on downs, the Lorena Leopards took over at the 20-yard line, and the ensuing play, next play, 80-yard touchdown scamper from Kason Taylor by the Leopards. 80-yard touchdown run. Point after touchdown was good, increasing their lead to 35-6. It's Lorena 35 and the Rockdale Tigers with 6.
Yeah, you're talking about basically about a 14-point swing there.
Exactly.
The turnover, the interception in the end zone.
Yeah, and then that's the second time that you had that 13-point swing. Now, it gets to a point, we had made the point that in games like this, with the offenses that you have.
First and 10, here's a draw off the middle. Scrimmaging from the 30 out to about 31 out to about the 35-yard line. Yeah, with those offenses, the game can change quickly, but for the Tigers, the only changes they're seeing is in the wrong direction.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it holds true still, still plenty of time left with the offenses that we see, though, but it gets to a point where as you increase the number of touches you need to get back in the game, it makes it a little bit hard, and the Tigers are approaching that point. Got to get some stuff going right now because you can't have it going this way. You can't you hear about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, 3-score lead.
Second and 6. Here's a toss left. Cutting back, looking for room to about the 35-yard line. Scrimmaging for the 35, back to about the line of scrimmage. That's about all. And, yeah, they're just, they're kind of hanging on, and it's not, they're going to need a massive change of momentum here.
Exactly. And, of course, it's all right to, be chasing a 1- and 2-score lead. Though when it gets to multiple score lead, that just that's not a good recipe, not a good combination to try to
overcome it. That speaks to the talent level of Lorena. They're not defending state champs for nothing. Third down at about 6 for the Tigers from the 35 in the gun. 3 wide set. 2 receivers to the left. Snap is back. Barczyk with a handoff coming left hand. Some room. And breaks a tackle to the 40, 44, and brought down Tim Grice. And the Tigers just looking to run out the clock, and they're successful. That will be the end of the first half of play. The Rockdale Tigers trail 35-6 at the end of the first half. We'll come back. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Come back with more in just a moment. You're listening to Rockdale Tiger football. I want to remind you the second quarter brought to you by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale, investing in Rockdale and investing in you, providing transportation for the KRXT broadcast crew for all out-of-town Tiger games. More in a moment from Tiger Field in Rockdale. Tigers trail 35-6 at the half. You're listening to Rockdale Tiger football on KRXT. Stay with us.
Perry & Perry Builders has been specializing in commercial, structural, and miscellaneous steel since 1972, and they've completed projects in Alabama, Georgia, Nevada, Louisiana, Wyoming, and all over the state of Texas. They're based out of downtown Rockdale, and they'd like to take a moment to encourage our young men and women of the Central Texas area, and they're proud to support the Rockdale Tigers and help bring you tonight's game right here on KRXT.
Cafe Corner, a great convenience store and gas station, is conveniently located at Highway 79 and 487 here in Rockdale. They're open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. till midnight. They've got breakfast specials, your favorite beverages, snacks, and Valero gas. That's Cafe Corner, a great convenience store in Rockdale.
Hello, my name is Jeff Johnson, and I'm the owner and operator of Rockdale Estates and Rehabilitation. We are your local skilled nursing facility located on Highway 79 on the west side of Rockdale. We want to be your choice for your family and loved one in your time of need. We offer short and long stay options to help you recover from the stroke, illness, or injury that has you down. We accept Medicaid, Medicare, private insurance, and private pay options to assist you. We have a brand new building with large rooms and a state-of-the-art therapy department that is up for your challenge. Come by and visit with us or give us a call at 512-446-2548 and ask to speak with me or Susan McKenzie, our admissions director. We'll be happy to assist you.
Julio's Mexican Restaurant, 1533 West Cameron in Rockdale, is a family restaurant serving up the best in Tex-Mex in the Central Texas area. Great appetizers, mouth-watering fajitas, enchiladas, combination platters, Mexican platters, and family favorites. Great service, too, at Julio's. Over 130 menu items at 2 locations in Hutto and Rockdale. Rockdale, 1533 West Cameron, and in Hutto at 560 Highway 79.
Back at Tiger Field in Rockdale, Jay Davis, AJ Whiteside with you. The Rockdale Tigers trail at the half to the Lorena Leopards, 35-6. And the way this is gone, the Tigers saw Lorena get on the board first with 6:26 to go in the first quarter. 12-yard touchdown pass to Camden Brock from quarterback Jackson Generals. What a unique name there. The extra point good, it's 7-0 with 6:26 to go in the first quarter. Then the Tigers snap back quickly and get on the board. Looked like we were going to have a horse race there for a little while, just a little while, as the Tigers came back with an 89-yard touchdown pass to Garen Marrero. The extra point was failed and made it 7-6 in favor of Lorena with 6:10 to go in the first quarter. Lorena came right back. A 9-yard touchdown run by Trailer. I guess it was by.
I have it. Braylon Henry.
Braylon Henry, yeah. I just didn't finish writing down the name there. The 9-yard touchdown run by Braylon Henry. Extra point good, made it 14-6 with 4:37 to go in the first quarter. Tigers got the ball back, and they marched down the field, but they turn it over on downs at the Lorena 15-yard line. And Lorena turns around, marches back, and ends with a 1-yard touchdown pass to J. John Porter. Makes it 21-6 with 8:37 to go in the first half. Then the Tigers look like they have another promising drive, but it ends a 35-yard interception return for a touchdown by Braylon Henry. And the linebacker there, he takes it in for the score. That made it 28-6 in favor of the Lorena Leopards. Then the Tigers put together yet another drive, but Jaden Porter intercepts a pass in the end zone to stop the Rockdale drive. And on the very next play, Lorena gets it at their own 20-yard line on the touchback, and they take it coast to coast. Kason Taylor goes 80 yards for the touchdown to make it 35-6 at the half, and that's where we stand at the half. And Eddie, we talked about the fact that the Tigers had too many missed tackles. It's just those little things, especially against a great team like Lorena, defending state champs. Those little things, if you don't take care of business with those will jump up and bite you.
And it's just continuing. I mean, I know we sound like trying not to use broken record, though, but I guess that's the only thing I could say. Tigers just not playing solid defense and not tackling. And, of course, you could say, well, you got to give credit where it's due, but some of these long runs and big gainers, Tigers initially would have them stopped if they would wrap them up and somehow bring them down to the ground. But when we're just continuing to see some of the missed tackles and the big plays. Now, the last touchdown, the 80-yard touchdown scamper by Henry again, by Kason Taylor. Now, just give him credit for just good blocking on that one, because it was no broken tackle there. He just wasn't touched from the get-go. Now, I mean, I'd say that just to be fair about it. Every touchdown he made has not just been a broken tackle, but the majority of the big plays, big gainers that the Leopards have picked up has been because of the subpar defense. And, of course, as I say all the time, I think the Tigers can score with anybody, anytime, but when you score, you're going to have to take advantage of when you get the ball into the red zone. We've seen two instances where you had termed it as a 14-point turnaround. We've had two of those in tonight's ball game, where the Tigers going in to score, turn the ball over on down, and immediately the next play, maybe the next play or two, the Leopards would score. But it's got to play a little defense and move the ball, put it in the end zone when you have the opportunity.
We're at the half. Rockdale trails Lorena 35-6. We'll go to our halftime reports next. You're listening to Rockdale Tiger Football on KRXT. Stay with us.
Pruitt Insurance, located in the Texas Plaza in Rockdale, is a third-generation independent insurance agency that has been serving the insurance needs of Rockdale, Milam, and surrounding counties since 1981. Pruitt Insurance represents over 40 insurance companies, including names like Holheim Prairie, Germania, Travelers, Progressive, and Safeco. Stop by their office or call them today at 512-446-9600 to see how they can help you with your insurance program. Pruitt Insurance, a Rockdale tradition.
Rockdale Welding Supply at 2004 West Cameron Avenue has everything that the professional as well as novice welder needs. And they're your only local supplier of medical oxygen, which you can pick up 6 days a week. They're open Monday through Fridays from 8 to 5 and Saturdays from 8 to noon. So you don't have to travel out of town for your medical oxygen. It's right here in Rockdale at Rockdale Welding Supply. Come by and see Randy or Scott at Rockdale Welding Supply. Give them a call at 512-446-2810 or stop by and see them at 2004 West Cameron Avenue in Rockdale.
Winnie L. Nursing and Rehabilitation in Cameron at 2104 North Carnes offers skilled nursing care and rehabilitation services. They offer short-term care, long-term care, physical therapy, hospice care, and respite care. Accepting Medicaid, Medicare, and private pay. Call 254-697-4985 or go to their website, www.winnielnursing.com. Check out these loan specials at Rockdale Federal Credit Union. 6.99% up to $10,000 for 48 months. This special ends September 30th. Home equity loans are as low as 3.99%. All specials subject to established loan guidelines. Locations in Rockdale and Thorndale. All accounts insured up to $250,000. Member NCUA.
This is the KRXT Halftime Show. I'm Jay Davis. The Rockdale Tigers are in action against the Lorena Leopards tonight. The Tigers are 1-1 in district after a dramatic 34-27 victory over Troy last week. The game tied in the closing moments. Troy tried to punt the ball away, but Isaiah Sauls blocked the punt, recovered the ball, and took it in for a touchdown to give the Tigers a lead for good. The dramatic win came a week after the Tigers' battle with defending 3A Division II state champ Franklin, but came up short. Rockdale Tiger head coach Jacob Campsie says the Tigers had momentum after feeling like they had a good showing against the defending state champs, and it carried into the Troy game.
You know, our kids came away from the Franklin game with the right mindset, knew we played well, knew we gave those guys everything they wanted. And so I think I think doing that, playing well against good teams, tends to do that, obviously. So I think we came out of that game with some confidence. Took that to Troy, and I think that's part of what was able to keep us in that game when the chips were down.
Well, the halftime show coming up on KRXT. Stay with us.
Midway Grocery is a proud supporter of Rockdale Tigers sports, boys and girls. Jim and Shelley Eanes stand ready to serve you. They're open at 446 Murray in Rockdale with grocery products, candy, chips, and your favorite beverages. You can also find your favorite newspaper at Midway Grocery. 446 Murray, proudly supporting all Rockdale high school sports.
When trucking company management cuts corners or skimps on maintenance, it's the rest of the traveling public that pays. Some companies are notoriously skilled at hiding safety violations, and it takes experts who know what to look for to find them. No one wants to make it difficult for trucking companies to make a living. We just expect them to be good neighbors and good corporate citizens. If you or someone you love has been injured in a truck wreck, call Capellino, Dodd, and Krebs at 800-460-0606 or see our website at yourcarwreck.com.
Cafe Corner, a great convenience store and gas station, is conveniently located at Highway 79 and 487 here in Rockdale. They're open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. till midnight. They've got breakfast specials, your favorite beverages, snacks, and Valero gas. That's Cafe Corner, a great convenience store in Rockdale. Judith Matula doesn't just work hard, she also works smart. Judith Matula of Put Owens Judith Matula Realty participates in Texas Online, which specializes in rural real estate and the Austin Municipal Listing Service. So if you want to buy or sell, Judith has the resources to make things happen. And Judith is a member of the National Association of Realtors and the Texas Association of Realtors and adheres to their codes of ethics. Call Put Owens Judith Matula Realty today at 512-446-4243.
The halftime show continues on KRXT. The Thorndale Bulldogs are in action against the Holland Hornets tonight. The Bulldogs are 5-2 overall and 2-1 in district going into tonight's matchup against the Hornets. The Bulldogs seniors are working to lead the Dogs to a great season in 2022. The Dogs have been a playoff team each of the last 4 years. Thorndale Bulldog head coach John Kovar says the coaches remind the seniors that this is their last ride.
Well, it's something that we talk about all the time. That, you know, as a senior, this is your last opportunity to, you know, maybe make the playoffs or to beat this team that you really, you know, want to beat, or beat this rival, or, you know, even just you're getting down to where you're about to play your last high school football. So we really, you know, try to emphasize that point, and then it goes by really quick.
The Taylor Ducks are in action against the Lampasas Badgers tonight. The Ducks are working to make a return to the postseason. The Ducks' last playoff appearance was in 2018 under head coach Rusty Purser, when the Ducks beat Burnett 42-28 in the first round and fell to Sealy in the second round. The Ducks snapped a 2-year losing skid from 2019 and 2020 by winning their opener over Robinson in 2021, and the Ducks won 3 non-district games in 2021, but could not find a win in district play. The Ducks are looking to grab some district wins in 2022 and stay in contention for the postseason. Taylor Duck head coach Brandon Houston says the Ducks don't want to take any game, any series, or any play for granted.
We've got to really maximize every single opportunity. Every week is important. You know, every quarter, every snap. You know, and that's been our message to our kids, is just making sure that you know, we don't look past anybody. We don't you know, think, well, it'll happen next week. It'll happen next week. We've got to take the bull by the horns, as the saying goes.
More the halftime show coming up on KRXT. Stay with us.
Texas Propane has been serving Central Texas since 1984. Texas Propane serves Milam, Robertson, Williamson, Lee, Bell, and Brazos counties. Texas Propane's customers are homeowners, industrial, government, commercial, and agricultural propane users. Texas Propane is proud of the fact they have professional and well-trained employees, and they promise safe and prompt service. Texas Propane, located at 77 and 79 east of Rockdale. Call 512-446-4949 or 800-646-4949. The Rockdale Fair and Rodeo is coming to Rockdale at Fair Park October 15th through the 22nd. Rockdale Fair and Rodeo, featuring a rodeo livestock show. Also arts and crafts, food vendors, car show, bull riding and barrel racing. Country stars too, McBride in the Ride and Josh Ward. That's October 15th through the 22nd. For family dining at its best, it's the Parsley family in Rockdale, Lee's Landing, and Texas Fajita. Lee's Landing has daily specials, and also check out their nighttime specials. Texas Fajita is open Friday and Saturday. Drive-through dining, fast food, all great. All located on Highway 79 here in Rockdale. The Parsley family of restaurants. If you live with a chronic condition, Standards Home Health has a Live Well program. Live Well is support provided by a core team of physicians, nurse practitioners, nurses, therapists, social workers, and spiritual providers. A healthcare professional is available 24/7. If you live with kidney disease, Alzheimer's disease, COPD, cancer, diabetes, or stroke, you are provided with comprehensive care, nutritional knowledge, discomfort management, and clinical support in order to keep moving forward with life. Inquire today about the Live Well program at Standards Home Health.
The halftime show continues on KRXT. The Lexington Eagles are in action in Elkhart tonight. The Eagles are undefeated going into action tonight at 6-0 on the year. In the Eagles' undefeated start to the season, they've beaten 3A Division I teams Rockdale and Troy. The Eagles beat Troy 43-24 on September 2nd, and a week later beat the Rockdale Tigers 33-18 on September 9th. Eagles also beat Class 4A D2 Caldwell 34-6 on September 30th. The Eagles have looked to their line on both sides of the ball to play key roles in both the offense and the defense in 2022. Lexington Eagle head coach Kirk Mull says the Eagle defensive line is leading the way.
Right now, for us, our defensive line is setting the tone. When you can reestablish a line of scrimmage on the offensive side, then defensively everything's going to click and work. It allows your linebackers to run downhill and run those lanes, and your free safeties and everything else to come in where they need to fit and fill. And
Mull also says on the other side of the ball, the Eagle offensive line makes it happen.
Offense, just coming off the football and able to do the same thing I was just talking about, able to take the line of scrimmage and move it down the field, opens up those run lanes for our running backs and everything that we're doing. They've done. We started out not real consistent, and every week we're getting a little bit more consistent, and those guys are getting better and better and better, and then that allows us as coaches to add stuff and add plays and add some concepts off of it.
More of the halftime show coming up on KRXT. Stay with us.
Your Napa dealer on West Cameron Avenue in Rockdale specializes in those hard-to-find parts, from old car parts to that bearing for that treadmill. Whatever you need, they can probably find it for you. And don't forget, if you want to dress up your old car or truck, or if you just got a brand-new truck, they've got Nerf bars, bumpers, floor liners, rims, mud tires. And if they don't have what you need in stock, they've got trucks that deliver daily. That's at your Napa dealer on West Cameron Avenue in Rockdale. Call them at 512-446-2505.
The Rockdale Fair and Rodeo is coming to Rockdale at Fair Park October 15th through the 22nd. Rockdale Fair and Rodeo, featuring a rodeo livestock show. Also arts and crafts, food vendors, car show, bull riding and barrel racing. Country stars too, McBride in the Ride and Josh Ward. That's October 15th through the 22nd. Oriental Kitchen is open under new ownership. The new owners are dedicated to be your favorite Chinese restaurant. They're committed to serving you the freshest and tastiest Chinese cuisine at reasonable prices for your entire family. Dine in or take out. Open Monday through Friday, 11 till 4 and 5 till 9. Saturday, 4 till 9. Great service, great food, and generous portions at 1514 West Cameron in the Waymar Plaza. And they have those homemade desserts, too, at Oriental Kitchen in Rockdale.
Five Star Car Wash, located on West Cameron in Rockdale, announces 2 new machines. These machines will make your car or pickup shine like new. Check out their IQ Car Wash. You and your car will like the IQ Car Wash. It's smarter, cleaner, greener. And with 5 Star Car Wash, you get your choice of wash menu options. It makes it affordable, too. Entering is simple and easy. No guide rails to worry about. IQ Car Wash at 5 Star adjusts to your car size and shape. It reaches hard to get to areas. Your wheels are cleaned in every wash. Even the undercarriage is blasted using multiple nozzles. Check it out soon at 5 Star Car Wash. The soft touch and the touchless. The IQ Car Wash. Also give your car a good vacuuming at 5 Star Car Wash.
I'm Jimmy the St. Christopher. Welcome to the TSN High School Football Spotlight. It's Week 8 of the 2022 season. Joe Koch has led the Paradise Panthers to a 7-0 start. He is from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, graduated from the University of Arizona, and has coached in Arizona, Wisconsin, and Texas for 32 years. How did he get to Texas?
In the 90s. At that time, I was a big triple option guy, wishbone guy, and my brother-in-law lived in Flower Mound. He taped the state championship game in 1996 where Louisville won. They beat Converse Judson, and Ronnie Gage was the head coach, and they were on the wishbone. And I thought, hey, there's somebody that runs the same stuff we do, and not too many people were doing it. And so anyways, I gave him a call. So it was a dream. I always wanted to get down here. And then Ronnie Gage, when he left Louisville, he went to Austin College, and he recruited my son, Ronnie, when he finally retired from coaching and thought he was going to retire. He was going to move back to his hometown in Decatur. He gave me a call and said he got talked into coaching at Paradise. So Ronnie called me and said, would you like to be my OC? And he had to retire because of this, strain and stress of the workload. So I put in for the job and got it. And so for the last 5 years, I've been, 5 years now, I've been the AD, head coach here at Paradise. And so, yeah, for me, it was a dream come true. I always wanted to get down to Texas, and the good news is my wife loves it as much, if not more than me. So it's all good.
What is Coach Koch's philosophy?
So, we really have 3 simple rules on our team, and they're all kind of tailored to creating this family, because we're a small community. It's really, regardless of our size, we really want to have that family where, there's a deep emphasis placed on doing things the right way so that, you start building trust and then, and always doing your best in everything you do, whether it's in the classroom, the weight room. And then the last thing is, we want people to treat people the way, treat others the way you want to be treated, and show them that you care.
Coming up, we'll hear about the Paradise Panthers team leaders when the TSN High School Football Spotlight continues.
Texas, we're on a mission to stay homegrown and healthy. Texas Department of Agriculture's Farm Fresh initiative helps build relationships between schools and local farmers, ranchers, and food producers so that schools can add more local flavor to their menus, support student nutrition, and help increase access to Texas-grown foods for students across the Lone Star State. The program also helps boost local economies and supports local communities. Help us create a Farm Fresh generation. Visit farmfreshtexas.org. This product was funded by the USDA. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.
Hi, everyone. This is Rodney Anderson with Supreme Lending. Are you watching your credit card's balances go up on a monthly basis and sitting there asking yourself, how am I going to get out of debt? Well, if you're a homeowner and you have good to excellent credit and a lot of equity in your home, all it takes is one simple phone call to 1-800-EXPRESS to see if a cash out refinance works for you, or you can always apply at rodneyanderson.com.
With approved credit. Terms subject to change without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS ID 2129. Not affiliated with a government entity. MLO. NMLS ID 196730.
Welcome back to the TSN High School Football Spotlight. The Paradise Panthers are 7-0 this season after a 6-4 record last season. This season's Panthers are experienced and have bought into the trust factor and are committed to hard work. The Panthers are a smaller team that plays hard on every play with speed and space and gambling a bit on defense. Who stands out on offense, Coach Joe Koch?
Well, and that's probably another reason why we're doing so well. Our quarterback, Austin Iglesias, he was a receiver last year and as a sophomore, and he was the newcomer of the year in the district, and I mean he was really talented. He was first team all district and all that, and then he had and then this year we made a decision off season that he's probably our best all around athlete, football player. So let's find the quarterback so that he's touching the ball every snap, and it's obviously paid off. I mean, he's a special talent, and he's as a junior, and he's, I think right now he's run for almost 1,100 yards, and he's passed for about 1,100 yards. So he's almost a perfect 50-50 split. And so he's a dual threat.
Colby Dickens is an intelligent, hard-working heart and soul of the D. It was like having a coach on the field. Kicker Carlos Perez is a big difference maker who can kick off with either foot. Coach Koch sees defending champ Brock and Whitesboro as the top two teams in 4-3A D1 with skilled players and big athletic lines. Paradise plays those two teams after Peaster this week. How about those Peaster Greyhounds, coached by Greg McElroy?
Well, obviously his son is a quarterback, a really talented quarterback. He's an all-district quarterback, returning quarterback. And then, of course, they have the big running back tomorrow, who's a D1 prospect. It'll be a tough matchup. We're anticipating a barn burner game. And
thanks to Paradise head coach Joe Koch for being on this week's TSN High School Football Spotlight. I'm Jimmy, the St. Christopher.
The Rockdale Tiger Booster Club is dedicated to stimulating both interest among and interaction between students, parents, coaches, and community in support of school athletics at Rockdale High School. The Rockdale Tiger Booster Club reminds you, Tiger Fight never dies. In the 2021-22 school year, the Rockdale Tiger Booster Club spent over $50,000 to support all athletic programs. Rockdale Tiger Booster Club reminds you, Tiger Fight never dies. TFND.
Meet your friends at the ranch for great food and entertainment. The Ranch. Your favorites like burgers, fish, shrimp, hand-cut fries, onion rings. Meet your friends at the ranch with great food.
The ranch is open Wednesday through Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Hello, welcome back to Tiger Field here in Rockdale. Jay Davis, Edgy Whiteside with you. The Rockdale Tigers trail the Lorena Leopards 35-6 at the half. And, AJ, when it comes to this game, you have to say that you have to just say, for the sake of the nature of offenses today, that anything is possible, but anything is not likely battling against this very tough Lorena team.
Yeah, and of course, the reason you say things are not likely is because, because they really have not been stopped at all. Rockdale really has not been stopped. They've been stopped by Lorena twice for sure on the turnover on downs. That's considered a stop, though. But what I'm just trying to say, Tigers moved the ball and Lorena stopped them when they needed to. But consequently, right off the bat, after they stopped them, they scored. But what we're just trying to say, it's a big monumental hole to climb out of. But Tigers just really need a lot of good things to happen in order to try to get back into this football game.
Yeah, the Tigers, it's just been a rough go so far. I believe they're gonna see the ball start the second half. I think you're correctly. I think the Tigers will receive first. No, they'll be kicking off.
They'll be kicking off. And that's another thing you think about when you go into the locker room as to who's going to have the football when the half start. So to see what the Tigers see that they make any kind of adjustments.
It will be a game of adjustments and be a game of seeing what they can put together. The third quarter tonight's game brought to you by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. Investing in Rockdale, investing in you, providing transportation for the KRXT broadcast crew. We're all out of town at Tiger games. And Tigers getting set to kick it off. Ready to start the second half. Glad you could be with us. You can always tune in at 6:15, 7:15, around 12:30, and 5 p.m. for your local news weekdays on 98.5 KRXT. We'll bring you the latest on local news around Rockdale and the Central Texas area. The kick is in the air to start the second half on the return for Lorena at the 30. At the 35 and brought down there. And the Tigers will set up defensively. Daniel Romero with the kickoff. And the Tigers get set defensively.
We had so much scoring going on. I was ready for a scoring drive right after the kickoff, and now let's go to the scoring drive.
I had that thought kind of whispered through my mind.
It's funny. I mean, we do things that's so robotic, and it's just second nature. So I'm scrambling around trying to find my paperwork.
Wait a minute. There we go. First and 10 for the Leopards from their own 35-yard line in the gun. Snap back, quick pass out in the left flat, complete. Wide receiver screen, 40. And out of bounds about the 44-yard line, right at the stick, close to a first down. I'll bring up second down. Going to mark them out at about a couple yards shy of the first down, about 43-yard line.
And that's what they've done well all night long on first down, picking up. I don't think.
Or did they pick up? They set the ball back, and now they're moving it back, moving it here, and where are they going?
Well, the point I was going to make, that's what they've done well tonight, picking up good yardage on first down. I don't think they've had anything close to second down and drive.
Yeah. Second and 2 here, back to throw, sets and looks. Throws a pass left side high and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, incomplete. Camden Brock, the intended receiver, Jackson General's pass just goes over his head, incomplete. That'll bring up third down.
And, of course, Brock gave a good effort for it, but you knew that was going to be incomplete. And this is one of the few third down plays. They had a couple of third down plays before. And, of course, in that first quarter on that initial drive, they had, first and 20 on 2 separate occasions, but overcome both of those.
Third and 2 is a handoff on the right side. Hurdles defenders across the 45, has room for a first down before he's brought down. That's Cason Taylor. That'll be enough for a first down for the Leopards.
And that's why it's just so important to just have something substantial picked up on a first down. Even if it's third down and short and 2, you can just do anything to pick up 2 yards. You can almost fall forward and pick up yardage needed if it's just 2 yards for a first down. So that's why it's just so important that you stay in those situations like they've been doing.
First and 10 from the 48. Jackson General's at quarterback. Takes a snap. 3 receivers left, back to throw. General's under pressure. Steps up. Now rolling to his left. Has some room. Chased by Kemar Spencer. Midfield. Pushed out of bounds across midfield about the 47-yard line. Gain of about 5, bring up second down.
And he's a shifty little guy, too, Generals there. Now, I don't know whether or not that's the quarterback that they started the season with, but he's not very big at all.
Small guy, but he is the field general. There you go.
There you
second
go.
Down at about 5.
I mean, it has that quarterback name also.
Yep, now comes up to the line of scrimmage, makes a call with the lineman. Now he'll back up into the gun. 3 receivers to the right. From the left hash with a man in motion, Porter. And the jet sweep give to Porter coming wide left. He's pushed out of bounds at about midfield. Loss of about 3. That'll bring up third down.
One of the best plays there for the Rockdale Tigers. Look like Sauls. He read that one all the way. Good job by the young man. He strung that one out and did not pick up a yard. And this is a third down and a rare long for the Generals and for the for the Leopards.
Third down at about 8. 9:28 to go in the third quarter. Tigers trail 35-6. In the gun, slot right. Play action fake. General's rolling out to his right. Stops now, steps up, throws past the right side. Two defenders there. The pass broken up, intended for Camden Brock, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down, and that's the first. This is going to be the first time I remember Lorena having a fourth down.
Yes, indeed, and the very first time. And, of course, that was a very good job by the Tiger defense. And, of course, if Tigers could get the offense rolling, I guess I shouldn't say if they could get it rolling. They've been having the offensive side of things.
They're going between the 20s.
Exactly. And, of course, that's what they've been doing for the last couple of weeks also. And, of course, I've, been saying that they could pretty much score with anybody. They may not have scored as much as anybody else, but like I said, it just pretty much been going between the 20s.
The pressure on the punt is away. It's a spread punt formation. On the return, has room to the 15, the 20, dragging defenders across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Marrero, I believe, on the punt return. And the Tigers will have a fresh set of downs to work with.
And that was a nifty little return there. I mean, he picked up about 15 yards, actually literally at dragging players.
9:03 to go in the third quarter. Tigers trail 35-6. And so the officials get the right game ball in there. Don't forget, third quarter tonight's game brought to you by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. Investing in Rockdale, investing in you. They'll be open tomorrow at 9 a.m. Their showroom, and you talk to the great salespeople there. First and 10 of the Tigers. From their own 27-yard line in the gun. Slot receiver to the left. Working from the right hash. Barczyk making the call. Snap back. Inside handoff. Trying to bounce out wide left. Tripped and stacked up and brought down is Tim Rice. Just running kind of laterally there. Bring up second down.
He's trying to run lateral to get away from the pursuit. The backers for the Leopards has some speed, and they were closing in. So Tim was trying to utilize his speed and get around the corner, but just could not. But really did not, they didn't lose anything. Didn't pick up much either.
Second and 10, basically back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 from the 28 in the gun. Snap is back. Barczyk back to throw. Pass over the middle. Receiver makes the catch. Has room. First down. Breaking away. Owens to the 30. 25. Chase to the 20. To the 15. Breaks the tackle at the 10. To the 5. Touchdown. Robert Owens. That's going to be a 72-yard touchdown pass.
And, of course, the little breakaway down the sideline and a little high step to get it into the end zone kind of took me back about 5 years, almost a carbon copy of playing the state championship game, because I thought that Robert was going to be converged on and caught, but he kind of high-stepped a little bit and got the ball into the end zone.
High snap on the extra point. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Time on the field. 8:04 to go in the third quarter. The Rockdale Tigers trail 35-13. From the Rockdale Country Club broadcast booth, you're listening to Rockdale Tiger Football on KRXT. Stay with us.
Catherine Rodham with Keller Williams Realty will provide each and every client the highest level of service. Catherine Rodham is a multifaceted realtor who specializes in residential, land, and light commercial real estate. Catherine Rodham's personal motto is, treat every person like you want to be treated. For all your real estate needs, call Catherine Rodham with Keller Williams, 979-324-6891, or email her at krodham@kw.com.
Oh no, the sewer's backed up. It's going to take days to get a plumber out here. Well, not so if you call the highly rated Bradley Plumbing. They offer same-day sewer cleaning and small repairs. They're local and family-owned, been serving Milam County for over 30 years. They can do everything from fixing a dripping faucet to plumbing a new home. They're also licensed to work on propane gas systems. And tell them that you heard about it on KRXT. You'll receive $20 off your next service. Call Bradley Plumbing in Cameron at 254-697-3354. That's 697-3354 for Bradley Plumbing.
For the Rockdale Country 4 broadcast booth, Jay Davis, AJ Whiteside with you. The Rockdale Tigers trail 35-13. 8:04 to go in the third quarter. Tigers look like they've got the ball in an angle here on the kickoff. They might look at an onside kick here. The Tigers are all kind of staggered on the kickoff set. It's a kickoff. It's deep, and that one will go into the end zone for the touchback. Haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Yeah.
Let's get the touchdown summary with AJ.
Okay, 75-yard touchdown pass in 4 plays, covering about 76 yards there. Touchdown pass from Barczyk to Robert Owens. Put the Tigers back on the board. The kick was good, and the Tigers closed the gap to 35-13. Of course, Tigers needed that, and of course, I was going to say that was good blocking. Barczyk was protected well by his offensive line friends there.
1st and 10 for Lorena from their own 25. Pass out in the left flat complete. Breaks a tackle. Allows for him down the sideline. Hauled down about the 49-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down for the Leopards. I believe it's the big man, Jaden Porter.
And, of course, you heard the ooh from your broadcast friend here because Tigers had a shot at a pick. That was one of those plays where do I go for the INT or, do I cover the man? He went for the ball, and the ball was completed, but that could have been big.
1st and 10, quick pass on the right, flat complete to Porter. Porter trying to hurdle a man across the 40 and brought down about the 38. That'll be enough for a first down. He ends up kind of hurdles and kind of comes down on top of a couple of Tiger defenders. On the 38-yard line with 7:14 to go in the third quarter. Tigers trailing at 35-13 in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left on the right hash. Inside handoff coming left. Breaks a tackle. Rumbling to defenders across the 30. Jason Taylor's brought down about the 30-yard line. Gain of right at 8 yards. Second down at about 2 with 6:50 to go in the third quarter. Tigers trailing at 35-13. Lorena just continues to gain yardage in chunks. There's a handoff coming, trying to bounce out left side. Another broken tackle. Has a hold of the 25 to the 20 to the 15 to the 10. He'll sail to the end zone. That'll be a touchdown. What was it, about a
38?
38-yard touchdown run.
And once again, that was just a blatant broken tackle there. Because he had the backfield and the backfield, and just let him get away. And after that, it was and not even a contest.
And the extra point to come. Good snap and hold. The kick is on the way and good. Time on the field. 6:33 to go in the third quarter. The Rockdale Tigers trail the Lorena Leopards 42-13 from the Rockdale Country 4 broadcast booth. You're listening to Rockdale Tiger football on KRXT. Stay with us.
Make your tracks this season and get behind the wheel of a 2022 Ford Bronco SUV from Rockdale Country Ford in Rockdale. From bumper to bumper, each of its components were selected to provide an unforgettable driving experience, like standard off-road capabilities. It's easy to see why the 2022 Bronco was awarded North American Utility Vehicle of the Year. Speak with a member of Rockdale Country Ford's team to reserve yours today. Bland Construction proudly supports the Rockdale ISD staff, students, and Tiger athletes. They hope you have a successful year in the classroom and on the playing field or court. Bland Construction is not a stranger to change, for they've been in business since 1979, proudly serving Rockdale and surrounding areas with all your construction needs. Please remember Bland Construction if you're in need of a new home facelift, or a paint job. Call them first and give them a chance to help you out. Remember, you are not in business for 41 years years if you're not doing something right. Bland Construction, 512-446-2693.
6:33 to go in the third quarter. The Rockdale Tigers trail the Lorena Leopards. And the kickoff taken by the Tigers. Owens on the return, 15 to the 20, has some room to the 30, 35, 40, has from sideline, 45 midfield, 45, chasing Hall down across the 40-yard line. And the Tigers have something going here. Let's get to touchdown some with AJ.
Okay, another quick drive for the Lorena Leopards, 75 yards, took them 5 plays, 38-yard touchdown run by Kason Taylor, and the kick was good. And the Leopards continue to put points up, 42-13. It's 42-13. The Lorena Leopards leads the Rockdale Tigers.
First and 10 for the Tigers at the Lorena 40-yard line. Trailing by 29, 6:21 to go in the third. And the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Rice lines up beside Barczyk in the backfield. 3 receivers left. Snap is back. Barczyk back to throw. Deep ball down the right sideline. Receivers there, but it's overthrown incomplete. And again, it kind of had the same kind of feel as the pass from the end zone, or the pass of the running back down the sideline earlier in the first half, but it didn't work out right.
Exactly, of course, but good blocking. The blocking for the protection for Barczyk, for Bladen, has been a whole lot better. It's been 100% better so far when he drops back to pass. So the guys up front, they're doing a good job to at least give him a chance.
Second and 10 at the 40-yard line, and again, 3 receivers left, snap back. Barczyk will keep coming left. Bangs his way down across the 40 to the 39-yard line. We got a Put-a-one Patilla penalty flag down.
And that was after the play. It wasn't thrown during the play, so let's see what they're going to...
Going to be holding against the Tigers.
Okay.
So that, again, the Tigers haven't got an official. The official throws his hat as in a second flag, a second penalty is what that means. And he's coming over to talk to the Tiger sideline. And it looked like it had something to do with Robert Owens. Robert Owens apparently said something.
Number 68 of the offense. 15 yards, first down.
Another 15 yards. So, wow. Unsportsmanlike conduct. See, the official throws his flag, and then when another penalty happens, he throws his hat. That's like a second flag, basically.
Yeah, it seemed like he's a little upset. He's gotten his hat dirty because he's a little upset there.
Mark off the 10 for the holding, and then the unsportsmanlike conduct. And this is going to be, the Tigers going to face a second down in Milano.
Good job.
Yeah, you're talking about, wow. You're talking about staying ahead of the chains. They're a little bit behind them here. Second down from the 35 to the other 30, 15 and 20. Second down and 35 to go for a first down.
Tigers just shooting themselves in the foot there.
In the gun. 3 receivers to the right. Snap is back. Barczyk back to throw. Screen right side. Owens has some room. 35. And brought down about the 37-yard line. Gain of a couple. That'll bring up a third down. And you get the sense the Tigers are not going to be going for it unless they get a huge play here.
They're already in second down and try to make it. That, it seemed like you walked off more than 15. Well, I guess not.
No, it was a 10 yards for the whole.
I understand that, but it seemed like it was more than the 25 yards. But that's it.
It seemed like it, but it's just,
that's a long way to overcome.
Oh, yeah. Third down. I need to get in the car and drive to make up that yardage. Third down and long to go. Third down on Milano here. Snap is Barczyk looking things over. Two receivers to each side. Wing back to the right. Snap back. Barczyk back to throw. Now rolls out to his right. Stops. Will throw it right side and just threw it to the sideline to the bench. Incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
And see, that's just that much easier to defend because they know what you're going to do. Now, it is going to be interesting to see will the punt even make it the first down model. I mean, I'm not trying to be facetious.
I mean, that's an honest question. It might not. They might not make the yard to gain for the first down. They might not make it with the punt.
And this is what we've seen also. I mean, just situations just like this, and of course you can't play and compete like that.
Here's a snap and the punt, and not the greatest punt. They've had trouble with that rugby-style punt. It goes down.
Well, it made a liar out
about
of me.
the 40. Well, they got to about the original line of scrimmage, and that's about all.
Well,
and so they'll move the chains 10 yards, but not the way the Tigers were hoping. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Lorena from their own 40-yard line with 4:52 to go in the third quarter. Tigers trailing at 42-13. In the shotgun, slot receiver to the right, wideouts to each side, working from the left hash. Receiver in motion. Get back to the other side. Has some room. Big hole. 45. Breaks a tackle. Midfield. Still going to the 40. 35. Pushed out of bounds about the 25-yard line. On the big run for Lorena on the carry was Braylon Henry. Short, stocky, and quick guy. He just slid. The defenders just slid off the shoulder pads.
I was just trying to exactly. Let's they slid off a tackle, and so maybe we won't use the terminology breaks a tackle because that's getting a little redundant there. But good run by the young man, and once again another big pickup on first down.
1st and 10 at the 25. Play fake, pass over the middle, through the hands of the intended receiver, incomplete. And if he catches that one, he's still running. That's probably going to be a touchdown.
Exactly.
I think it was Caleb Carrizales, the intended receiver.
Just put just a little bit too much on that one. Wow. And, I mean, what a turn of events. And, of course, Tigers already down big, but driving the ball to probably close the gap and end up with, it was first a holding penalty and then an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
Made it first down and 25. They really never did pick up anything on that 25.
2nd down and 10 from the 25. From the Tigers 25, play action fake, back to throw. Sets and looks. Stands, throws to the post. Receiver is wide open, makes the catch for the touchdown. Just all alone. 25-yard touchdown pass. I think it was Porter on reception. And he had defenders kind of swooped by, but couldn't get close to it. 4:19 to go in the third quarter. The extra point to come. And there's flags on the extra point attempt. Little ones shoot up until penalty flags fly. Offsides against the Tigers, so the extra point will stand. 4:19 to go in the third quarter. The extra point is good. Tigers trail 49-13 to the Lorena Leopards. On the Rockdale Kitchen for a broadcast booth, you listen to Rockdale Tiger Football on KRXT. Stay with us.
Looking for personalized gifts for all special occasions, embroidery, custom vinyl, and custom print items? You'll find it at Two Doors Down Embroidery, 229 North Main in Rockdale. Stop in today and shop Two Doors Down. Open Monday through Friday, 10 until 5. Owner Kathy Perry invites you to come in. Call 512-543-5090 or email twodoorsdownembroidery@gmail.com.
When you have an accident, take your vehicle to the place more and more Central Texans trust. Scott's Body Shop. They'll repair and replace what is needed and paint with the greatest of expertise. You won't even know the accident happened by looking at your truck or car. And Scott's Body Shop will work with your insurance company. Can't afford to be without a vehicle? Reserve Scott's loaner car. That's Scott's Body Shop on Highway 77 just north of 79 in Rockdale. Phone 7391.
From the Rockdale Country Club broadcast booth, Jay Davis City Whiteside with you. The Rockdale Tigers trail 49-13 to the Lorena Leopards with 4:19 to go in the third quarter. Leopards getting set to kick it away. Get the touchdown summary in just a second. Pop-up kick. Taken by the Tigers from their own 25-yard line. Return to the 30 to about 32. Tristan Galvan brings the ball out to about the 33-yard line. Let's get the touchdown summary with AJ.
That was a 60-yard drive in 5 plays for the Leopards. 25-yard touchdown pass from General to Jaden Porter. And, of course, the Leopards continue to score 49-13. Lorena 49 and Rockdale 13.
With 4:13 to go in the third quarter. We get the morning show coming up on Monday. Charlie Bible will have birthdays, anniversaries, and jokes and smiles and little music and everything else. Tune in about 7:35 on KRXT. Tigers from their own 33. First and 10. Here's a handoff up the middle across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. And we got to put on a shoot up until a penalty flag at the end of the play. And Robert Owens is still agitated at the end of the play. We'll check the put on shoot up until a penalty flag.
Hands to the face on defense. 15 yards. First down.
And of course,
the face penalty.
Yeah, and of course, we've seen some of this type of play from Lorena Leopards. I guess I should say this type of play, but basically what I'm trying to say, we've seen some penalties. I guess I probably should rephrase that. But I'm pretty sure, I mean, in the heat of the game, you know, things are done and said, but we've seen some of this. But I can guarantee you, even with the 49-13 lead, if you're Coach Viles for the Leopards, he's not happy with this at all.
First and 10 for the Tigers. Ball's at the 47-yard line in the gun. Fly receiver to the left. Wing back to the right. Snap back to Barczyk. Hand off on the jet sweep coming wide right. 45 and brought down. Tim Grice on the carry. Picks up a couple. Second down.
Grice did a good job picking up a couple. Initially, when Grice gets the ball, you kind of just raise up out of your seat because he's a speedster, and you just know he's going to hit the sideline and pick up big yardage there. But Rayson Collins looked like his linebacker position, I believe, and really caused havoc on that play. He didn't get the tackle, though, but he was there first to cut Grice into the inside.
2nd and 8 at the 45. It's a handoff up the middle, and the runner not going, Barczyk on the keeper up the middle, and meets a stone wall there, nowhere to go, and brought down about the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 9 for the Tigers. 2:48 to go in the third quarter. Tigers trailing at 49-13. I'll remind you, the third quarter brought to you by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale, investing in Rockdale and investing in you. They provide the transportation for the KRXC broadcast group for out-of-town games. 2:33 to go in the third quarter. 3rd down at about 9 for the Tigers. From the 46-yard line in the gun. Slot receivers left. Barczyk back to throw. Pass right side complete. Across the 45 down to about the 41-yard line. Out of bounds. Short of the first down. And the Tigers will be looking at a 4th down here.
And, of course, a nice touch on that pass. I believe that went to Raleigh Spears, number 14 for the Tigers. It was Spears. And, of course, kind of just dropped that one in the bucket. But he was surrounded by a white-shirted Leopards. Of course, Tigers down big. Is trying to get some points on the board. This will, no doubt, try to pick up a first down off 4th down here.
They're going for it on 4th down. Empty backfield, 5 wides. Snap back. Barczyk will keep up the middle across the 40.
Wow,
brought down about the 38. And it's awful close to a first down.
And then, I mean, by the way, if
They're going to say it's short and be a turnover on downs.
Well, you could tell that was short because I was just trying to say, couldn't get my words out by the way the far side official was standing, and he was not beyond the yardstick to pick up the first down. And there's no argument from the Tigers players or coaches. That was short by about a good 2 feet. And, I mean, it didn't even warrant a measurement.
So 1st and 10 for the Leopards from their own 38-yard line. Tigers trail 49-13, 1:22 to go in the third quarter. In the gun. Side handoff coming left, stacked up. About the 40 and brought down is Case and Taylor. Bonner and Ace Taylor leading the way on the stop.
Number 2 in on the stop. As you said, Bonner and Taylor in on the stop. That was well snuffed out there by the Tigers.
2nd down and 9 from their own 39-yard line in the gun. Slot left, snap back, play action fake. Back to throw is Jackson Generals. Rolling now, steps up. Under pressure, hit him, will be dropped back at about the 35-yard line. Tried to scramble and step up. There was nowhere to go, and the Tigers ended up getting him.
That's right, and of course that time wrapped up, brought him down. Kamar Spencer did a good job, and Tigers bringing pressure. They just can't quite get to the quarterback. He's a little shifty there, but Kamar held his ground to bring the ball carrier down. They're going to be credited with a sack.
It'll be 3rd down and about 13. Lorena looking over the sideline. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Reminder, the third quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. Investing in Rockdale and investing in you. Providing transportation to the KRXT broadcast crew for all out-of-town games. That's the end of the third quarter. The Rockdale Tigers trail 49-13 to the Lorena Leopards. Fourth quarter coming up. You're listening to Rockdale Tiger football on KRXT. Stay with us.
When you need to find a part at a price that's right, that red and blue sign is just within sight. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
CarQuest in Rockdale is your TechNet shop. Tune-ups and check engine light service can be found, and you can get the work for 6 months with 0% interest with approved credit at CarQuest on West Cameron Avenue in Rockdale.
Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
And your
Nathan
CarQuest
Bland
in
with
Rockdale is
Rollo
celebrating
Insurance
40 years in
Rockdale
business.
Says, come see us and find the right coverage at the right price. They're an independent agency with dozens of carriers. Familiar names you know like Germania, Holheim Prairie, Nationwide, Allstate, and Progressive. Not only home and auto, but commercial, farm, and ranch. Nathan Bland will work with you at Rollo Insurance at 113 North Main in downtown Rockdale. Call 512-446-0001.
3rd down and 12 at a draw play. Gets a first down and more for Lorena up the right side. Scrimmaging from deep in their own territory. From around 35, it across the midfield of the 40 to the 30 out of bounds. And Lorena will have a 1st and 10 at the Tiger 22-yard line. A big play.
And that was a bit of a surprise there. It happened quickly on a rare 3rd down and long for the Lorena Leopards. And, of course, just straight up the middle there, draw play.
Tigers have had all kinds of trouble slowing down the Lorena running game. 1st and 10 for the Leopards at the 22 in the gun. And a keeper coming right for Generals. Flag put on, shoot up a little penalty flags fly across the 20. And he's brought down about the 20-yard line. And we'll check the flag.
And back judge there wants to show off the throwing arm on that one.
On the offense, number 60.
He's been waiting for that one, because that one traveled about 16 yards.
Yeah, holding against the Leopards, so they'll move it back. Just on the way, fourth quarter, Tigers trailing at 49-13. The Tigers had hoped to, they battled with Franklin in that district opener. They were chased them all the way, but they moved the ball well and got in the end zone a bunch, but had trouble slowing them down. Now they've had trouble getting into the end zone. They moved the ball well. They've also had trouble stopping Lorena. First Here's a handoff coming left, right to tackle. Has room to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Bang into the goal line. And it is a touchdown. 32-yard touchdown run.
And
going to be Braden Henry.
And once again, he got the ball and just picked where he wanted to go. He carries the ball like a fullback. Initially, when he gets it, covers it up with 2 hands, both arms, what have you. And when he finds where he wants to go, he just takes off.
The extra point to come. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Time on the field. 11:01 to go in the ball game. Rockdale Tigers trail 56-13 to the Lorena Leopards. From the Rockdale Country Club broadcast booth, you're listening to Rockdale Tiger Football on KRXT. Stay with us.
Hey everybody, Gaddy's Pizza in Rockdale has their buffet open 11 till 2 and 5 till 8 every day. In addition, they have a bigger salad bar, pasta bar, and different pizzas. And the dining room is open. The drive-thru is always open. You can call in your order and it'll be ready when you get there. Call 512-446-2222 or order online at their website, MrGaddy'sRockdale.com. They're open 7 days a week. Climate Control, Air Conditioning, and Heating is your local air conditioning, heating, and heat pump dealer with sales, service, and installations. Service, solutions, satisfaction, no sweat. Climate Control, owned and operated by Nathan Doolish, located in Rockdale on West 79. Call 512-446-4020.
From the Rockdale Country Ford broadcast booth, Davis Eddie Whiteside with you. Rockdale Tigers trail 56-13 with 11:01 to go in at the ball game. Kickoff coming from Lorena from Connor Pewitt. The Tigers, Owens and Grimes back to receive it. There's that pop-up kick. Tigers on the return to the 25. That's about the 30. Trying to cut back and brought down at about the 34-yard line. Just get the touchdown summary with AJ.
Okay, 7 plays, 62 yards, and a 10-yard run by Braylon Henry for the Lorena Leopards, increasing the lead after the kick, 56-13. Lorena 56 and Rockdale Tigers 13. And it's turned into a long night for the Rockdale Tigers, with the Leopards striking quickly on most occasions. And, of course, they've been picking up big yardage on individual plays seemingly throughout the entire night. Now, once again, we've said before, Tigers been moving the football and just in between the 20s, just cannot get in the end zone. And it's just been this detrimental if they can't put the ball into the end zone.
1st and 10 at the 35. Here's a handoff coming wide left across the 40, 45, and brought down. I think it was, Zeke Castro on the carry. It's a carry. Gets involved in the game. Gets a carry. Has a 5-star Colorado first down.
And, of course, that's Zeke. It's about his 3rd carry of tonight's contest. He was in on that last series there.
1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 46-yard line. In the gun, wing back to the left, slot receiver to the right, wide outs to each side. From the left hash, Barczyk takes a snap, and a keeper trying to come wide right. He's tripped and he's brought down in the backfield. He's going to lose about 5. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And, of course, as I said, the second half, the Tigers blocking for Barczyk, particularly when he drops back, has been much better the second half. But that time they held their ground. But number 27 for the Leopards just held his ground also. And, of course, he caused a whole lot of problems there for Bladen on that play.
Tigers have a player shaken up. And looks like, it looks like just cramps situation going on. Trying to get them all stretched out there. I think it's Tyler Stewart the guard for the Tigers. He comes hurriedly limping off. Yeah, it's just trying to get those muscles stretched back out there. Still, we're still in we're technically in the early fall, but really it's in Texas, it's still late summer. And, with conditions and such, you lose, the fluid and cramps happen. 9:58 to go in the ball game. I want to remind you, the Transportation for KRXD broadcast crew provided by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. They bring in this fourth quarter of tonight's game. Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale, investing in Rockdale and investing in you. They'll be open tomorrow at 9. And a timeout is called, brought to you by the Rockdale Tiger Booster Club. And we can get some scores in if we want to take a look at those.
Okay, just updating you on some of the. I had to change game plans here. It's Cameron 44-14 over McGregor, putting a little distance in that ball game. Likewise, Franklin 42-14 over Troy. Those games were close at halftime. I should say closer, if you understand there. And, of course, other action, we have Rosebud Lot 26-24 over Bosqueville. Warden 60-8 over Frost. Bruceville Eddy trails Valley Mills 44-7. And, of course, Rosebud Lot gave you that score. Marlin 42-14 over Riso. And I'll switch over and give you Milano's score when I get to that.
1st and 10 for the second down and about 13 now in the gun. Snap back to Barczyk, back to throw. Pressure coming, rolls out to his left. Now trying to scramble away from pressure. All kinds of pressure, all defenders around him. Now throws it down the right side and threw it just a bit behind the intended receiver, incomplete, looking for Tim Grice.
And, of course, he did a whole lot of scrambling there just to even get a pass attempt off.
He probably ran a good 50 yards just on that play.
Yeah, trying to get away because pressure was there and they did not let up. And Tigers did a decent job in trying to protect him as long as they could, but Blade just had to get rid of that one. Had a receiver, though, but yeah, it had to be pinpointed on that particular play as he was on the move and almost back about to pass the line of scrimmage, so he had to get rid of it in a hurry.
3rd down at about 13 in the gun. Snap is back. Barczyk will hand it off up the middle. Has some room midfield. 45, brought down to about the 42-yard line. That should be enough, and it is for Five-Star Combat's first down. Just popping the draw there by Zeke Castro.
And good job by Castro that time because he picked and weaved his way through the defense of the Leopards and picked up just enough yardage for the first down. If he hadn't picked it up there, I think Tigers probably would have gone for it because it would have been 4th down and about a foot, but he picked up about 2 feet that time.
1st and 10 at the 43 in the gun. Slot receiver to the left. Snap is back. Barczyk will hand it off up the middle. Handles his way forward down to about the 41-yard line with 8:50 to go in the ball game. Tigers trailing at 56-13. It's 6:13 Tigers trail. 8:33 to go in the game. In the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, wing back to the right. 1 back in the backfield. Snap back, deep ball on the left side, and it's overthrown. Looking for Grice again. Very similar play to what we saw in the first half. Couldn't connect there.
And, of course, actually had him out there just a little overthrown over the outside shoulder. Had brought it in towards into the sideline to the inside shoulder. Had a shot at it because he was out there with the defender probably about 6 yards away from him. He guarantee if he catches that ball, he's in the end zone because no one would have caught up with him.
3rd down and 8. In the gun, snap back. Barczyk throws a pass left side. Pulled down complete. Has run to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Hauled down inside the 10 at about the 7-yard line. And marked out of bounds officially at the 9. That'll be enough for a five-star Cardinals first down. The Tigers are in the Ranch red zone.
And kind of what I was talking about on the previous play, I was going to say I like the chances in trying that play again, but that one worked just as fine, just as well.
So Tigers going quickly. First and 10 to give left side. Zeke Castro to the 10 to the 5. Bang a goal line touchdown. Zeke Castro, what about a 13-yard run there?
Yes, indeed. And I'll tell you one thing. I like number 13 going for 13 on that one. Zeke, when he gets in the ball game, he really runs hard. That's about his 7th carry. And of course, and what I've seen each carry that this young man has had, he puts his head down and puts that and goes forward.
Extra point on the way and good. Time on the field. 7:53 to go in the ball game. From the Rockdale Country 4 broadcast booth, the Rockdale Tigers trail 56-20. The Lorena Leopards are listening to Rockdale Tiger football on KRXT. Stay with us. You're listening to Rockdale Tiger football on KRXT. Stay with us.
Bossler Energy is a proud supporter of the Rockdale Tigers. The Bossler family has always been a part of Rockdale Tiger history. Their 3 children participated in Tiger and Lady Tiger sports, and Miller and Kathy are longtime supporters. Bossler Energy delivers the best solution for their customers' needs in the oil and gas industry. Just like the Rockdale Tigers, Bossler Energy is committed to high performance standards and family.
People you know.
Just about everything is easier with people you know, especially when it comes to money.
Excuse me, sir?
Yes?
Could you loan me $1,000?
$1,000? I don't even know you.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Let me introduce myself. My name is Bill. Now will you do it? And no.
Oh!
That proves it. It's easier to get things done with people you know. Citizens National Bank. Member FDIC. Community people you know.
The fourth quarter tonight's game brought to you by Alpha One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. Investing in Rockdale and investing in you. Providing transportation for the KRXD broadcast crew for out-of-town games. Kickoff taken by Lorena from the 15 to the 20, 25 to the 30. Slips a tackle, still going, breaks another tackle, 40, 45, midfield, sideline. Chase down the sideline to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. And reaching a lone defender, chases him down, might have brought him down short of the goal line. Nope, he's in for the touchdown. Wow.
And I really don't even know what happened there. I'm right in my scoring drive there, and I guess I'll have 2. And we're going to have to help me out with who was the carrier or the runner of that.
And so...
But I saw a pile of individuals, and, you know, you're thinking the ball carrier's down.
So the extra point to come. And good snap and hold. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Time on the field. 7:32 to go. Rockdale Tigers trail 63 to 20 to the Lorena Leopards. From the Rockdale Country 4 broadcast booth, you're listening to Rockdale Tiger football on KRXT. Stay with us.
Perry & Perry Builders has been specializing in commercial, structural, and miscellaneous steel since 1972, and they've completed projects in Alabama, Georgia, Nevada, Louisiana, Wyoming, and all over the state of Texas. They're based out of downtown Rockdale, and they'd like to take a moment to encourage our young men and women of the Central Texas area, and they're proud to support the Rockdale Tigers and help bring you tonight's game right here on KRXT.
Caffey Corner, a great convenience store and gas station, is conveniently located at Highway 79 and 487 here in Rockdale. They're open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. till midnight. They've got breakfast specials, your favorite beverages, snacks, and Valero gas. That's Caffey Corner, a great convenience store in Rockdale.
For the Rockdale Country Club broadcast booth, Jay Davis, J.J. Whiteside with you. The Rockdale Tigers trail 63-20 to the Lorena Leopards. 7:32 to go in the ball game. And I guess we'll have a couple of quick scoring updates here in just a moment, presuming the Tigers don't take one back. 7:32 to go in the ball game. Just before the 10 o'clock hour here on 98.5 KRXT FM in Rockdale. Kickoff taken by the Tigers and brought down, goes down about the 25-yard line. Does St. Medrano. Let's get a couple scoring summaries there.
Okay, the Tigers scored to close the gap to 56-20 on a 65-yard drive in 7 plays. 13-yard touchdown run by Zeke Castro. The kick was good, as I said, made it 56-20 at the time. Ensuing kickoff, just 21 seconds later, Kason Taylor returns it around 75 yards for a kickoff return. Touchdown, increased the lead back up to 63-20. So it's 63-20. The Lorena Leopards leading the Rockdale Tigers.
First and 10 with the Tigers from their own 25-yard line. 7:32 to go in the ball game with a man in motion and back. Barczyk handoff up the middle to about the 30-yard line. See Castro on the carry. Picks up about 3. It'll bring up second down. Tigers will be on the road across the river to take on the Cameron Yeoman next week in the Battle of the Bell. Tigers with a short huddle. Now they'll line up. Second down at about 7. And we got put on a penalty flags. Looks like false start against the Tigers.
And that's what it will be.
False start. 73 on the offense.
And of course, speaking of the Battle of the Bell, the Yeoman now opening up on the McGregor Bulldogs by the score, I believe it's 51-20. Let me check that to be sure. But I know they've come out the second half and kind of put a lot of distance between themselves and McGregor, and so did the Franklin Lions doing the same thing to Troy.
Second down at about 12 here. Coming left hash from moving across the 30-35 and brought down. Zeke Castro has carry to about the 37-yard line. That'll be enough for five-star Colorado first down for the Tigers.
That young man probably in the last couple of series for the Rockdale Tigers, probably somewhere around 40 yards of rushing.
Tigers defensively, the rushing numbers they'll be giving up in this game is going to be astronomical. I can just think top of my head a couple of long runs they've given up. First and 10, here's a handoff. Castro coming right across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. And brought down there.
I like the running of this young man. And, of course, the good thing about it now, I know we're concerned about right now and this year in this district race, but that makes you happy because that young man is just in the 10th grade, and that means he's got the rest of this year and 2 more. And it's several players on the Tiger squad that's in that same situation. Lots of young kids, and, of course, mixed in with some veterans. I mean, I don't think you can call this overall a young team, but they have a lot of youngsters coming up, though.
Second and 5. Here's the keeper by Barczyk up the middle. Has room midfield. 45. Once the defender brought down at about the 43-yard line. That'll be enough for a five-star call. Watch first down with the Tigers.
And speaking of playing another year, that's another one. Hard-running young man, gives his all, gives 100% every game for the Tigers. And, of course, this is a quick move and drive by the Tigers. Of course, we've seen this throughout the night, but just getting inside of that red zone, that has not been a problem either, but not doing much with it after they've gotten it there. And that's still some fight in these Tigers, but this game is, of course, well decided there.
First and 10 at the 42 32-yard line. Inside handoff up the middle. Across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. Zeke Castro again picks up chunky yardage. Brought down at 37. We have second down and about 3, maybe 4. 4 minutes to go in the ball game.
And, of course, Zeke plays linebacker on the defensive side of things. And of course, still have a lot of growing space, only 150 pounds, but he runs much harder than that, much heavier than that.
Second down and about 4, inside handoff up the middle. Castro banging across the 35 to about the 30-yard line. Brought down with a 5-star Commonwealth first down for the Tigers.
And so far, this has been the Zeke Castro drive there. And, of course, he's getting the ball, wrapping it up, and putting the head down, picking up, churning out yardage. And strong also, look like.
First and 10.
And it looks right, still right now that I'm trying to see. I don't recognize some of the numbers. Well, it's a mixture. Still have some of the starters out there on defense, but not many of them for Coach Biles and the Lorena Leopards. It's kind of resting some of the starting players there.
They've got things under control. Barczyk back to throw a screen pass right side. 35 and brought down. They're going to lose yardage. Scrimmaging from the 30-yard line of Lorena. Lost about 5 yards. Zeke Castro making the catch on the screen.
And, of course, that was well snuffed out there. And, of course, they had pressure on Barczyk and even had an eye on the running back that he dumped the ball off to. And that one, of course, it's hard to say that at that particular time to say this, but that was one. You've heard announcers say you just assume not caught that one, but that's hard to say when you're in the.
But when you lose 5 yards, it's a little bit easier. Second down and about 15 in the gun. High snap, and Barczyk has to track it down. Now running, he'll just throw it down the sideline and throw it away incomplete. That's an experienced quarterback right there, knowing he's outside the pocket and no danger of grounding. He just throws it to the sideline.
Exactly. And of course, he made sure that he took his time as much as he could to pick the football up. I mean, sometimes when you try to hurry and pick the ball up, and in a sense you have to, but he was careful with the way he picked it up, knowing I got to secure this football and I have to get rid of it. I'm pretty sure when he saw it on the ground and he went back to retrieve it, he knew at the point it probably was not going to be a play available, but just don't lose any more yardage and just get rid of it. And that's exactly what he did.
3rd and 15 in the shotgun from Lorena 35. Inside handoff. Castro up the middle. Across the 35 down to about the 31-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down, and actually marked about the 32-yard line. 4th down for the Tigers. 1:55 to go in the game, and this game is simply fait accompli. And for the Tigers, quite candidly, the way the game was looking, and gotta look at my score summaries here, but the way the thing was looking early in the 4th quarter, the hope was that the Tigers could keep the Lorena from scoring 70.
Exactly.
And they've been able to do that. I mean, that's how powerful Lorena's been tonight. 4th down at about 12. In the gun from the 32-yard line. Barczyk takes a snap back to throw. Under pressure again, rolling out. They'll try to dump it underneath. Is that intercepted? It is.
I think so.
It is intercepted and brought down. Lorena will have it at the 40, at their own 41-yard line. We got put on stood up until the penalty flags downfield. Looks like a little skirmish. Owens involved again. I think he and a player for Lorena have been kind of going at each other the entire night.
And of course, that was an interception credited to number 39 for the Lorena Leopards. And of course, he had to have been looking and knowing that Barczyk was going to try to drop the ball off to his safety valve. And of course, he just kind of just turned his body enough to get in the way of the pass. I mean, he had to see what's going on here, but just a smart play by the defender. Actually, a smart attempt by Bladen is trying to just dump it off to the shortest guy that he's seen, but just did not work out.
So the officials are talking it over. Again, the Tigers will be on the road next week for the Battle of the Bell. Let's see if we can catch the official here. The referee. Big Blue Band playing Exodus. Let's see here.
The receiver was holding against the offense. Decline, the interception step, first down.
So, holding the offensive holding, the penalties decline, the interception stands, and Lorena will take over. 1:04 to go in the ball game. Tigers trailing at 63-20 to the Lorena Leopards. We'll be talking with Tiger head coach Jacob Campsie in our post game. Campsie's talking things over with the referee. Just a tough night for the Tigers. They could not get anything going, especially in the red zone. They moved the ball pretty well between the 20s, but they turned it over in the red zone a couple of times and turned it over on downs and just came up empty-handed far too many times against the defending 3 Division I state champions.
And, of course, the Leopards, they've lost quite a bit from last year's squad, but retained just enough to continue to be a good football team. And, of course, their one loss is to the Cameron Yeoman, who the Tigers will be playing next week at their place for the Battle of the Bell. Always interesting times around here. And, of course, that's the one loss. That was a high-scoring affair in that particular game, too. I believe, without looking, I think it was 48-44, if memory serves me correctly. So a lot of points scored in this game also. So this district has offenses that can really light up the scoreboard. And, of course, speaking of lighting up the scoreboard, that's what Franklin did tonight, as well as Cameron. I believe that score there is 58-21 in favor of the Yeoman, and pretty much almost the same for the Franklin Lions. And, of course, the Yeoman still have the Tigers to play and still got Franklin to play, so could be some interesting things going on there. So but here the Leopards are out in front big, 63-20. Look like they're still trying to sort out some things. One of the longest breaks, timeouts here.
The officials continue to talk things over with Coach Jacob Campsie. Now he walks away and not happy with the answers he was given. Tiger defense is out there on the field now. Campsie is talking to the referee, the official in the white hat. Lorena has it 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line in the gun. Snap back, inside handoff up the middle to about the 45-yard line. Brought down inside a minute to go. The fourth quarter of tonight's game brought to you by For One Chevrolet Buick in Rockdale. Investing in Rockdale and investing in you, providing transportation for the KRXT broadcast crew for all out-of-town games.
Of course, I'm going to make my way down to the field, have a word or two with Coach Campsie. So I haven't been kicked out. If you don't hear me anymore, that's when I'm on the way down to the field.
So Lorena second down at about 7. Snap back inside, handoff up the middle, breaks the tackle, 45 and brought down. A couple of substitutes in there for Lorena. Caden Robertson, their quarterback. Final seconds ticking off the clock. The Rockdale Tigers fall 63-20 to the Lorena Leopards. And so the Tigers will form the handshake line. Lorena continues A strong run in district play. The Tigers take another loss. They will go to 1-2.